what we're hearing, what we're hearing more and more is that Israel's losing this conflict, this skirmish. That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting across the board. Now, a conversation really nobody wants to have. Tactical nukes, because it looks like that's where we're headed. Now, you can make a statement, is it deliberate? Is it deliberate? Did they deliberately go into Iran saying that Iran's going to knock out these missile defense systems? We don't have a lot of missiles, which means it opens up the door where we have to save ourselves. We'll use a tactical nuke. And when you talk about a tactical nuke is not like what you remember, Fat Man and Little Boy or whatever, Hiroshima. This is a little bit different. It's lower yield, short range nuclear device designed for use on the battlefield against specific military targets rather than citywide destruction. They are considered dangerous because they lower the threshold for nuclear use, risk rapid escalation to all-out nuclear war, cause immense lasting environmental and civilian devastations. And it's been taboo. Like nobody, when you look at Ukraine, when you look at Ukraine, when you look at North Korea, nobody wants to go there. They have them, even though they have a lesser load. Nobody wants to go to that point where they use them. It's very possible if United States, they're declaring victory. If they pull out and Iran continues to attack Israel, now that they've knocked down all the defenses, you may get a couple of nuclear weapons being shot off by Israel. And you can make a case, was this the plan from the beginning? You can make a case, it may have been. It may have been. The problem is it opens up that gap, and it could trigger a conventional nuclear retaliation in nuclear war. A nuclear, now 2026, a tactical nuke has more power. It's more powerful than the ones they dropped on Japan. Even though they're considered compact and only for a couple of city blocks, it's still been manufactured to be even more powerful and devastating. And also the old deadly radioactive fallout, which is you're stuck with that. The EM pulse, it cooks all your electrical equipment. And people don't know if you could really contain the damage once it's in a city. But it's very possible they're going to be used. You've been seeing the leaders talk about it. They're going to probably either use it one time and then demand Iran surrenders, or they're going to threaten to use it and then demand Iran surrenders. You can use them on ships, bunkers, a battalion of troops. It's a little bit different, but it's still very dangerous. Here we have a conversation. We're going to allow you to listen to this. This This bar, man. Hold up. This taskbar. Come on now. Come on. Come on. All right. Here we go. We're trying to keep you up to date. The war is not necessarily going the way they expected it, but check this out.
I have absolutely no doubt that the United States and or Israel or in a joint operation are going to utilize a tactical nuke. And to paint the picture of that, this isn't the days of World War II where you saw the Enola Gay dropping this bomb and flying away. And I mean, nuclear weapons, especially tactical nuclear weapons, have become much more advanced. The problem with that is that because really when you look at it, Israel and the United States are running out of options. We are running out of missiles. When we run out of interceptor missiles and we have no defense, we're going to start losing aircraft carriers. We're going to start losing destroyers. We're going to start losing more service members in the region. All of our bases have been rendered inoperable, but we still have people.
Yeah, and this is where I think this was by design. I mean, this is what, now we know Donald Trump has said that his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, was why he went into Iran. But I think he fully knew that they had depleted assets. They were not going to be able to have a sustained military conflict. Now, by them knocking out all of those defenses, and like you said, if they start going after aircraft carriers, those things take almost 20 years to make. If they start going after aircraft carriers, military personnel, your body count goes through the roof. And there'll be a justification. They'll say that we're doing it in the name of peace. They'll say, well, we're only using these. We got to threaten Iran. If you don't stop, we're going to have to drop a tactical nuke. We're doing it in the name of peace. But I don't think that is. I think this is deliberate. I think they want to nuke Iran. And I think that opens up the door for Russia to go into the Ukraine. And I think what we're going to get is a whole worldwide conflict. And it's been drummed up under the guise to invade Iran. That's what I believe. I believe that these tactical nukes will be used. And we know all it takes is one mistake, and then we're in an all full-out nuclear war. Not to mention many of these places, you cannot live in these places. You would have to vacate them. It poisons the water. The material there is radioactive. There's nothing to salvage. If you set off a tactical nuke, there's nothing there. You can't go back 10 years from now and say, I need to get the metal out of here. Let me get this out. No, it's radioactive. And it'll be radioactive for 300-400 years. And just being around it puts you at risk. So it devastates a country. If they drop a tactical nuke in Tehran, it's over for Tehran. And like they say tactical, right? Which gives everybody the impression that these are not the same as what was dropped on Japan. Well, actually, they're better. They're stronger. They're more efficient. They're not as big, but what does that matter? They're just as powerful, if not more so. And it breaks a taboo where a place like Russia, they can go to Ukraine and say, you have to quit. If you don't quit, we're going to drop a tactical nuke. North Korea, you don't do what we say, we're going to drop a tactical nuke. And that would be because Israel has broken that taboo. All the countries that are here, we have to have a conventional war. We cannot have a nuclear war. We refuse to do that. We have to keep it on the ground. But now that all of Israel's or most of their defenses have been gone, very possible you're going to see a tactical nuke dropped.
There that are shuttered, hiding under bunkers. And when there's no more defense, when the THAADs and the Patriots and all systems are down, it is open season, and Iran will have the absolute upper hand in this. And when you consider that, the United States, Israel won't have any options left. It's like going into a gunfight with not enough ammunition, but your opponent still has bullets. Well, now you got to either retreat and run away, or you got to start throwing grenades. So in this gunfight, Trump ain't going to retreat, so we're going to start throwing grenades. And so the only option we have in that is the tactical nuke. And here's what I'll say. Last week, off the coast of California, the United States fired full capable, one of its Minuteman III doomsday ICBMs, nuclear-equipped intercontinental ballistic missile from California to the Marshall Islands. Fired it, tested it, and made a big deal about it. Simultaneously, this aircraft that you saw that took off recently, that is the 4 Echo doomsday plane. But what's also another critical component in that aircraft is what really concerns me is the Echo 4 Charlie Night Watch plane. That plane is the command and control component to where if there's nuclear war and if strategic targets are hit, this aircraft through AI with pre-programmed targets can then execute the mission, call it like a dead switch, but it's in a plane. So we not only have this giant nuclear capable 4 Bravo or 4 Echo doomsday plane, we also have the 4 Charlie Night Watch, which is the complementary command and control aircraft with that bomb-loaded aircraft. So that's what's really concerning. We have not just taken the cover off the old car in the garage. We've filled it up with gas. We've started it up to run. And now that's all that's left is to drive away. And I feel that this administration, especially under the influence of Netanyahu, will utilize a tactical nuclear bomb in the coming days. I fear that greatly, and I think it will happen. I have.
And then what? How can you then tell Russia they can't use their tacticals? China, they can't use their tacticals. How come China can't go to Taiwan and say, if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're going to hit you with a tactical nuke? That's what's going to happen, man. And I believe 100%, especially now that Israel's, we've been hearing these reports. There's also a report, I just hadn't been substantiated. There's a report that Bibi Netanyahu is no longer with us. That's what we've been hearing. I haven't seen him in a couple of days. It hasn't been verified, but it's being reported on Twitter quite a bit. There was a missile shot into his brother's home, his brother and family members, and there's a belief that Bibi was amongst those. And there's a belief that they're deliberately not telling America, or they're not telling the people this has happened. I don't know if it's happened or not. But this is opening up the door for a tactical nuke. And a tactical nuke targeted Tehran, it would devastate Tehran. The body count would be unbelievable. It would literally render Iran unlivable. And it also would give the green light for other countries to deal with using a tactical nuke, even though it's more powerful than what we used to use. And that's the problem with the nuclear weapon. Once you use it, you can't live for miles. I don't know exactly, but you can't live anywhere near where it detonated. So it shrinks the land. It also poisons the water. It poisons the people. You can't grow food on it. So it's world annihilation. Many people they said people should get rid of all of these nukes. We shouldn't even have things like that. That's what there's a belief. And BB, if he's losing and his people are losing, I can see Iran, I can see Israel shooting possibly two nukes, 2 tactical nukes. I can see even America trying to stop him and them not listening to America. He said a tactical nuke can be small. It's small, but it has a detonation that's more stronger than what you saw in Japan. It's much more efficient, causes much more damage. They should not be on the table. They should not be on the table. This is a war where you either back out of it or you keep it on the ground. You have the ground troops. You got to put ground troops in there. Not American ground troops, but ground troops for the Middle East. This is not a good thing. Human arrogance has destroyed 5 civilizations in the past 200,000 years. I saw it was over there on Twitter. They're saying, hey, they're not going to let Iran bomb them to death. And that's what Iran has to be careful. Iran may have to think about a ceasefire because if they go too far, they're going to get hit with a tactical nuke. How you doing? I don't think Iran has a nuke. I think that China and Russia will be brought into the war if Israel drops a payload in Tehran. And people have already suggested that if Israel fires off a tactical nuke, that Russia and China are going to send nukes toward American soil. That's what they believe. That is what they believe. So I hope it doesn't come into that. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Said Trump's already been warned. Yeah, I saw him. He's been throwing Jared Kushner and Pete Hegseth. He's throwing them both under the boat. Also, there's been confirmation that that Tomahawk was a United States Tomahawk. The Tomahawk that hit that school, that opens up war crimes. That opens up investigations. That opens up accountability. So they've already confirmed the missile was a United States missile. It was a Tomahawk. That's hearings. I think that Trump is going to sacrifice Pete. I think he could care less about Pete. I think he's going to throw him under the bus. They said he's already thrown J.D. Vance. Trump has historically thrown everybody who supported him under the bus. He did it to Mike Pence. These are peons. All that, and now his entire administration are nothing but a bunch of peons that he will sacrifice to save his own ass. We've seen that, and we're going to see more of that now. Trump is not going to take responsibility for that. He said, BB, there's a rumor, it hasn't been confirmed. Nobody's seen BB Netanyahu in a couple of days. There is a rumor that he was injured, possibly even deleted in a strike. People believe that Israel is deliberately not announcing that. Now, on the other channels, not American channels, not Western channels, on these other channels, they're saying it. Al Jazeera, they're saying it. They're saying that Bibi Netanyahu is no longer amongst the living. Yeah, I see gas prices are going through the roof. We see that. BB is not amongst us. The people believe that he's been deleted. Unfortunately, and we believe that whoever's next in command, they're going to have their finger on the button. I hope they don't use a tactical nuclear weapon. At this point, I can't tell you why Iran is going to stop dropping bombs on Iran. On Israel. I don't know when they're going to stop. And I don't know what they're going to have to do. But believe me, their backs are going to be against the wall. And they're probably going to use a nuke, a tactical nuke, to try to change the direction of this war. Say he's in Germany. Did he make it? I saw something about he's getting on a plane to go to Germany. I hope they don't use tactical nuclear weapons, man, because I think in the end we'll pay for that, because all of our conflicts, there's so many places in the world that a superpower could use these weapons and destroy this world, make it inhabitable. Yeah, I think it's a mistake. I think that diplomacy matters. I think that you have to talk. You have to have peace talks. I think that you have to have restraint. I think that Trump and Pete thinks that this is a video game. I think they don't care. I think they're going to do whatever they want to do. I think they don't believe that there's repercussions for that. And then they're not on the front lines. What's going to happen when Russia does what it wants to do and China does what it wants to do? Then what are you going to say? You're going to say it's okay for you to do it, but they can't do it? The Iranian people, there's 90 million Iranian people. You want to just drop nuclear payloads on top of those people? And that's okay? Yeah, that's the beginning. The school is the beginning. The school is the beginning, and that's a war crime. That's not even the money. What about the money? You know how much money the United States is going to have to pay to the enemy, Iran? 160 kids? I mean, how is they going to make it up to them? They got to give them some money. Somebody was saying they're cutting healthcare coverage. They're denying people things, and they're sitting up here talking about you're going to have to give, what, $50 billion to Iran because of that missile? And it's bad, too. If you take a look at it, yeah, that building was cooked, man. That Tomahawk went in there and just baked everything in there. You went from what? 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit? Nothing can survive that. You're going to see spots in the walls. They've shown that from nuclear blast. They went into many of the buildings and there was no remains, but there were like grease spots. The people were so baked into the concrete that all that remains to them was just a little residue. And that's the same thing with that building. The same thing happened with that building over there. Like the stream. Support the platform. There we go. Conversations are being had about tactical nukes. being used in this. They want to stop it. Israel's defenses have been devastated. Iran is pretty much shooting missiles over there. What's going to happen next? Will let Israel go ahead and start going and say, hey, we don't have a choice. We got to drop a couple of tactical nukes. He said Trump will be king if he makes it out of this on top. Okay. He might be. I don't know what that means. I mean, king of what? King of a radioactive world? King? How you going to be king? You know, we're too connected really to have wars like this. United States is playing 881 million a day for 10 days. Yeah. King of uranium. Yeah, we'll have to all live. We have to all move to the moon. Hey, Elon must be behind this. Elon said he wants us to go to Mars. We'll probably have to all leave and go to Mars. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. I want it to stop. The sooner the better. I don't know. They toppled the leadership over there. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea how they're going to recover. I know the girls' school on the world stage, that's accountability. The Iranians are going to go to the UN. I think that's a mistake. If Trump says I'm not going to recognize the UN, I don't care about NATO, I think that's a mistake. I'm not sure we're ready for that. I'm just not sure we're ready for that. And we're not even talking about the Epstein's file. I saw that attorney general, she's testifying. Yeah, it's not going good. It's not going good at all. So there's video out there. They're on the table. All things are on the table. They're going to defend themselves. So in many cases, when you say Iran is winning, that is chilling. I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter. It's very chilling to believe that Iran is winning because that opens up the door for a tactical nuke. It opens up the opportunity for Israel to say, we see that he's went to Germany. Why is he in Germany? Why has BB left Israel? Why? They're saying they're not reporting the actual damage, how much damage is happening. They're not reporting it. They're saying that if they do hit them with that weapon, it's probably why he's in Germany. He wants to go somewhere where he's safe. He doesn't want to be a part of that fallout. They're on the table. And even from a strategic standpoint, you could say Israel, they knew that they would knock down those defenses. They knew that Iran would respond the way they've responded. So then that opens up the opportunity for Israel to say, hey, we need a ceasefire. If not, we're going to drop a tactical nuke on Tehran. And then they'll tell the world stage, we had to. We didn't have a choice. All our defenses were knocked out. The United States pulled out. United States pulled out of this conflict. We were left against Iran. We had no choice but to use 2 tactical nukes. Now, I don't know if they're going to buy that. I don't know if they can sell that. It's already been said that Russia's going to intervene. Russia's going to come in and intervene. If that happens, so will North Korea. So it's very possible we will be drugged into a World War III. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're ready for that, man. And I'm not even sure we're ready. I'm talking about America, if we're ready as a society for that. Food lines, I already see the gas lines, food lines. How would we make it, man? Could we go say 3 months? Meat rations. Could we go say 3 months on limit? I don't think we could. I don't think this society we live in now could do it. Social media cut off. Perhaps limited cell use, maybe only emergencies or local calls. No travel. Rationing. You can only get so much. You could buy bread, maybe milk, then hand it or whatever, a piece of food, whatever the government gave you. Could we go? Because that's what's going to happen. Those are the conditions we're going to be living under. Crime will go through the roof. Crime would literally go through the roof. And what about our old? What about our elderly? Who's going to look for? Who's going to check up on them? Who's going to make sure they're okay? It's a different world now. You got to understand, we all share this planet and we're all connected. When you say that somebody's going to use a tactical nuke, that changes things. It also opens up the door for someone to steal a tactical nuke. They go in on a mission and they detonate that thing. Then what? What are we going to do? Now, to all the survivalists, to all of the guys who got bunkers, who have 3 years worth of supplies, dehydrated water, dehydrated soups, with the water pills, the canned goods, the radio shortwave, the radio that the generator radio where you have a generator, you just wind it up, fatigues, weapons, survival skills. For those people, they're going to make it. Those people are going to survive. They're going to be able to get back into their bunker and they can eat their canned goods and they can generate, they can wind up that radio and they can listen. And they'll get some type of signal. It's almost like the movie, what's that movie? Will Smith, Legend, where he was listening on to the radio, trying to hope that he could find something out there. In fact, he was broadcasting for survivors. We don't know what the next level brings. It's possibly something of that manner. Yes. And we'll lose communications, man. And that's one of the things that holds us together. Yeah, and this is the country we live in, man. Operation Epic Fury. And I stand and I want to see this conflict come to an end. When I see Israel and I see them dropping bombs on Tehran, I'm hoping that there's a surrender. I hope that this conflict comes to an end. When I see Iran dropping bombs on Israel, Tel Aviv, I get upset, man. That scares me because I believe Israel's going to hit them with a tactical nuke. I believe that we have to watch out. for an escalation in this conflict. You got sleeper cells. Yeah, well, we have so far we've enjoyed our freedom in America. You can never say never. You can never say never, but I do believe it's possible. It's possible that bad things can happen here. I hope it doesn't. And they're already talking about Israel. There's a dirty bomb. There's all types of conversations being had. Said you poked the bear. Yeah. You want to think twice about that. I don't know what we're going to do. What is our next move going to be, man? We're going to have to do something. Netanyahu, I saw that he was getting on a flight. He's in Germany, which makes me wonder, why would he leave Israel? They're under fire. Why would he leave? I don't even know how you do that. How do you leave how do you get on a plane? I don't even know. He did it though. I don't know. How do you do that? There's a video, I don't know if it's real, on a base. It's not good though. I could never play it over here, but it's the optics is terrible. They're not off the table, brother. And I think we're going to see them. I really do. Right here. Check it out.
Mission, call it like a dead switch, but it's in a plane. So we not only have this giant nuclear capable 4 Bravo or 4 Echo doomsday plane, we also have the 4 Charlie Night Watch, which is the complementary command and control aircraft with that bomb-loaded aircraft. So that's what's really concerning. We have not just taken the cover off the old car in the garage. We've filled it up with gas. We've started it up to run. And now that's all that's left is to drive away. And I feel that this administration, especially under the influence of Netanyahu, will utilize a tactical nuclear bomb in the.
You hear that? You hear that? No. I'm listening to these guys. That's a retired general right there. You hear that? You hear that, you idiots? You know. I'm just looking at a lot of these guys. A lot of these people don't understand war. They don't understand strategy. They don't understand how it works, how it operates. They sit around, they play Soldier of Fortune or Call of Duty, and they think that's not the same thing, man. This is real. This is real right here. People lose their lives. This matters right here. If Israel is backed into a wall, I hope they surrender. I hope they surrender. Fortnite. Yeah, that's what it been. Yeah, the chat box, a bunch of Fortnite players. A bunch of Fortnite players. We don't want it to happen, man. I'm just saying, we hope it don't. And we got to be adults about it. I say stop now. You see the difference between me and you guys? I say they stop now. Don't wait. Stop now. We need to stop now. Whatever you were trying to accomplish, you got to do it through peaceful means. Diplomacy. This right here is not working. You made your point. You're very serious. They cannot have nuclear weapons. Okay. Your defenses have been annihilated. What are you going to do? Are you going to say, hey, they're destroying us. We can't stop them. We're going to pop. Oh, by mistake. I'm sorry. You didn't hit them with a tactical nuke. That's unacceptable, and I don't want that to happen. And I'm not going to sit by and not say anything. A guy been in my chat for the last 15 minutes, and he says, we're dumb. Bro, I think you're the dumb one. Bye. He been in this chat box for 15 minutes going back and forth, and he says, I'm the dumb one? Are you serious, brother? I'm not in your chat. I'm not hanging out in your chat. You're hanging out in my chat talking crazy, and I'm the dumb one? Go play Fortnite. There you go. You've been drafted. Go ahead, man. I don't stand up, salute, and say, President Trump. I'm here to defend you, President Trump. Go hop on that computer. Go hop on that PlayStation and play you some Fortnite. At your duty, sir. Go there and play Fortnite. Sir, I played Fortnite for 5 hours. Yeah, a bunch of beta males. You're right. We got a bunch of Fortnite, Call of Duty beta males who have no concept of war. They don't know what it is to sleep on a field, a battlefield. They don't know what it is to stand duty. They don't know what it is to muster troops. They don't know what it is to march. They don't understand what that is. They're so busy playing video games. They have no concept of really what it is to be an American soldier, a service member. That's why they haven't served. Many of these guys that you saw in the chat, many of these guys come in with all of this insult. These guys could never serve in a theater of war. They're incompetent and incapable. None of them. They play video games and they have fantasies. They pretend. They've been living in a world of pretend their entire lives. They play the video games, that's pretend. They don't even know what it is to be a man. That's why they're running around here talking crazy. Hey, man, we don't need no tactical nukes. Okay, that's a no. Isn't it sad too, man? Like I said, somebody, the beta male, man. Once we was talking about a beta male this morning, beta males, man, we've gotten so, and it's probably because of our success. It's probably because of American success. We've become beta males. Like, share, support, man. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. If you have something to add. We've become a nation of beta males. We're easily defeated. We're easily confused. We don't want to fight. Part of being a fighter is you don't want to use no nuclear weapons. You'll fight. If it takes us 10 years, we'll take 10 years. But this is a new generation, man. This is a new diplomation. You have to be a man to understand politics. You have to be a man to understand diplomacy. You wouldn't know that. You would never know that. You're so busy cutting off your video game when you fall behind because you don't want to lose. And that's ruined a lot. That's ruined us, man. That's ruined us. We've lost our way. Some kind of way we've failed. We've missed our mark. And I don't know if we're ever going to be able to get back to that. They're on the table, bro. Tactical nukes. So don't get you think when you see Israel taking a lot of fire, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Watch yourself. Yeah, the young guy. Well, I don't think that's the president of Iran. We talked about that. I don't think those people are in charge of Iran. I hear what you're saying, but I don't believe they're the president of Iran. I just don't believe that. Trump, BB, we're not being told everything either. Isn't this a crazy world? Now we're the ones who've been censored. That's one thing we could always depend on. Our press. We would always get from the front lines, we get the scoop. Now, casualties of not being told. We don't know how many casualties there are. We don't know. They're talking about 7 people. Are you joking? The investigation has been done. The school, that was the fault of U.S. The missions command. That means there has to be accountability. So Pete needs to step down. Where's the accountability? BB is in Germany while Tehran takes missile fire. He's in Germany. Is that the proper way for a leader to be? Your country's under missile fire and you go to another country? It's not working anymore. All of these guys scowling up, that's not working. The world is changing. I do. If Israel launches a nuke, do you think China yes, I think so. I think Ukraine is finished. The Ukraine is done. They're going to hit them with a couple of tactical nukes. Then they're going to proceed. And a lot of people say the United States itself would be in our actual country would be like that. I say we stop now. I say we call a ceasefire now. We stop. We put our weapons away. We count our dead, and we meet on the peace tables, and we discuss what we feel like the direction we need to go. Iran says they don't have nukes. India's got nukes. I say we bring this thing to a stop. I say point made. Before someone makes a mistake. Now, I personally don't think America would ever do it, but I don't know about Israel. I think that's a very possibility. They'll send out I don't even think it'll be a tactical. I think they'll send a nuclear weapon over there because they don't care, especially if they feel like they're losing. It's too late though to talk about leadership. We've already we've pulled the elections. Yeah, it's crazy. And this gas, man, already the pumps are at $5. I looked, what was it over there in I saw 650. Outside of Arkansas, it was $6.50 a gallon. The gas is going up and it's going up fast. This was a war of convenience, a war of choice. And now what you're starting to see, possibly because Israel's not winning, said it's $8. $8 and $8 in California, $8 a gallon. $8 gas. And this is only the beginning. And if they destroy the mechanisms to gather the crude, remove it from the land, it's going to be even longer now because they don't have those. They're going to have to turn around and try to find, they're going to have to rebuild them. That takes years. That takes years to rebuild those refineries. Years. $8 a gallon in California. $8. And California is not the type of place you're not going to put miles on your car. That's a pretty big state. That's not like Mississippi. You put 2 gallons, you can drive everywhere you need to go a couple of times. Now, that's California, man. Getting on and off the highway, you're going to be out a couple of gallons. That's going to be about $24. What are we going to do, man? I can't believe it, but it's going on right now as we speak. I would caution people who are happy, who are cheering against Israel, be careful. Be careful with their back against the wall. It's very possible tactical nukes will be used. Bibi's no longer in Israel. What kind of commander is that? Still, I haven't seen him. There's been rumors of his demise, but I haven't seen him. Last 3 days, ever since his brother's house was shot up, haven't seen him anywhere. Saw Trump this morning, saw Trump in the evening time. I haven't seen Bibi anywhere in the last 3 years. 3 days. What you have is a yield. It's actually a higher yield. It's more proficient than the bombs dropped in Japan, but for whatever reasons, they define them as tactical nukes. So I guess compared to a conventional nuke, it's much more bigger. That's where you're getting into knocking down whole states. So you pay $2.40 in North Carolina. Okay. $8. $8 a gallon in California. $8. People are reporting $5, $4.59. They just released 170 billion. Nah. 170 billion barrels of oil from the, nah. That's crazy there, bro. I don't even know. 170 billion. That's a lot of oil, man. That's a lot of oil. Where you put that in your garage? I wonder where they would store that at. That would make that a liability. Even to have that much of a stockpile, that automatically becomes a target. 170 billion barrels. Impossible. So Iran is targeting all of their leaders. Yeah, they pretty much got rid of all their leaders. Yeah, and it's war, man. And eventually, I'd say a year from now, you'll be able to sit back and sift through all of this stuff. But right now, it's developing. Says the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to drop mines all in that. There's no way you'll survive that. It's going to be filled with mines. What's up with your truck?
Well, yeah, I was just listening to the commentary about what's going on in Iran and Israel. Are you aware that we have a strategic oil reserve?
Yeah.
And you know where it is, right?
No.
Okay, so basically the strategic oil reserve is cavernous mountains, and what they do is when they want to refill it, they're basically pumping oil into hollow spaces within basically mountains. Basically, they don't have to fill it all into oil tanks, basically. So our strategic oil reserve is when they want to, tap into it in order to make it so that they can control the rise of gas prices to some extent. That's where they're getting it from.
They said 170 billion barrels.
Yeah, but do you realize that America goes through billions of barrels every single day? You understand that, right?
Okay, but that's across America. I don't think that they have that much oil on reserve.
Yeah, actually there's trillions of barrels of oil on reserve. So yeah, we
How would you
have
know that? How would you know that, Chuck?
it's actually in they print it in the what is it called? The Department of Defense actually publishes some of that information. Some of that's public knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. This is stuff you can actually look right up.
Well, how long is that going to last, this truck?
How long is that amount of oil going to last?
Yeah, once we get through with this billions of barrels, then what?
Once we get through with that amount of oil, basically, you hope that politics gets better and that cooler heads prevail for the most part.
Do you agree that if Tehran, if all their defenses is knocked down and Iran continues to strike them, that eventually they're just going to send a tactical nuke over there?
Okay, see, that was the other thing that you're talking about, a tactical nuclear weapon. So understand something. A tactical nuclear weapon, yeah, they have a higher yield than what we dropped in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They do have a higher yield, but the way that they're designed is they're designed to ultimately cause less damage, because what ends up happening is how should I say, they're designed to be focused. So when George W. Bush was in office, his plan was basically to, how should I say, he was planning to have them develop nuclear bombs that would be able to be used as bunker busting bombs, right? So the plan was to make it so that we could strike Iran, because as you know, they supposedly hide their nuclear facilities, and the plan was to make it so that we could be able to strike deep into, like, Iran, and there would be nothing that they'd be able to do about it. So ultimately, wait, what was your question again? Hello?
You were telling us about tactical nukes.
Yes.
It wasn't a question; it was a statement that if Israel is pushed into a corner, they're not going to surrender. They're going to go ahead and say, "Hey, we'll drop a tactical nuke, or maybe a couple of tactical nukes," and then they'll justify it and say, "Well, we had no defenses, and we're not going to let anybody, take us over." So, even though that's not their intention, they simply want to end the war. But I think if anybody will use a tactical nuke, especially on a Islamic State, it'll be Israel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't foresee that happening, though. I really don't.
They don't have any defenses, Chuck.
Who?
Israel.
Israel has no defense?
Yeah, most of those missile sites, they've been targeted. Those
okay. All right. So here's the thing. You got to remember, first of all, Iran is getting the majority of their weapons ultimately from Russia. And you also have to understand, you can't simply use a nuclear bomb because of the amount of fallout that it throws out. This is not like, see, if you were going to do it what Bush wanted to do, he wanted to use a bunker busting nuclear bomb, but that would have been underground. So the bomb would have gone, it would have hit the ground, it would have penetrated the ground, it would have gone underground, and then would have exploded. And when it exploded, the fallout would have been limited to underground. Now, you can't simply use tactical nuclear weapons without there being an all-out nuclear war, because you got to remember, Iran has allies. Russia is an ally of Iran. If Israel were to use a nuclear weapon, that would signal Pakistan, India, Russia, and China to basically accede to nuclear war. You're not allowed to use a nuclear weapon unless you're attacked. So with a nuclear weapon, you have to be attacked with a nuclear weapon, and that's why they call it mutually assured destruction. Mutually assured destruction, MAD, basically means that the risk of nuclear war is so ridiculously high that nobody's willing to do it. So this is not a situation where the Israelis can just say, yeah, well, we're out of regular conventional weapons, so we're just going to use a tactical nuke. You can't just do that.
No, you keep saying that, but they will do that.
No, you're saying they will, but
yeah, what's stopping? What's there stopping? What's there to stop them?
The START treaty, China, Russia, Pakistan, India. Well, you want me to keep going?
No, that's not going to stop them. Hold on for a minute. Check this out. Listen to this, Trump. Listen to this. Fair use.
Are going to utilize a tactical nuke, and to paint the picture of that, this isn't the days of World War II where you saw the Enola Gay dropping this bomb and flying away. And I mean, nuclear weapons, especially tactical nuclear weapons, have become much more advanced. The problem with that is that because really, when you look at it, Israel and the United States are running out of options. We are running out of missiles. When we run out of interceptor missiles and we have no defense, we're going to start
retired colonel something. I don't see it in front of me. But at the end of the day,
start losing aircraft carriers. We're going to start losing destroyers. We're going to start losing more service members in the region. All of our bases have been rendered inoperable, but we still have people there that are shuttered, hiding under bunkers.
There you go. Right there, Trump. I don't know. Trump. They're not going to leave U.S. service people alone. Now, I believe the United States is going to get out of it, but I do believe that if Iran has knocked down all these defenses and they're sending missiles in, you're going to see a tactical nuke.
Well, I mean, listen, you can believe that that's going to happen, but the reality of it is they're not allowed to. and they're right now the stakes. If they basically, it's like if they were to do that, they'd basically be destroying themselves. And the reason why is because the counterattack is what gets you. So, I mean, listen, if you want to believe that that can happen, I mean, yeah, you could believe that that can happen. Absolutely, you could believe it. But the reality is the counterattack would destroy them. And they're not going to allow one country to use a nuclear weapon unless that country has been threatened with nuclear weapons. So it's just more likely what would happen is that a rogue state might try to use a nuclear weapon and that trigger like World War III or whatever. But no, they're not going. I mean, listen, they could say the shit, but that doesn't mean they could just do it. You know.
Okay, but once they just knocked off the leadership in Iran, that's okay.
Who? Yeah. Well, they have a new Ayatollah.
Hold up. Yeah, it's okay to go in and delete a guy who's the leader of a country without. They took his. That's okay. All the countries think that's okay to do that.
No, it's not. Well, first of all, that was America's doing, and America ultimately is getting away with it because the rest of these people are too pussy to do anything about it. But simply put, it's like that. How should I say? Regime change isn't the same thing as nuclear war. It's just not.
Well, I don't get it, man, because you're saying that they weren't supposed to do that. They did it. You claim they can't use a nuclear weapon. They will if they have to. If they feel they have to, they will. All their defenses are down. Israel said, we're getting ready to drop our big bombs on you next. They're going to hit them with a nuclear weapon, man. Now, you keep talking about me. Who cares what I think? This is what conversations is being had about this war. This man's a retired colonel. This man knows what he's talking about. They had a politician up talking about the Strait of what is that? Strait of Hormuz or whatever. Talking about you can't close that. If you close that thing down, America's finished.
Well, okay, hold on. The Strait of Hormuz is about moving oil back and forth. So there's billions.
I know, and he's saying that if they mine it, put mines all in it, in addition to taking shots, they won't be able to have free oil flow. Not to mention those ships. You don't have ships like that just to be popped off. Oh, they took out 15 oil carriers. Where you gonna get you? Oh, we got another 15. Oh, we got another 20 over here. Then we got to make it all the way. It messes up the way this country is, man. You cannot have that strait can't be shut down. Now, they're saying the only way you can keep it open. Only way you keep it open is with boots on the ground.
Well, hold on. Economists are basically saying that if the Strait of Hormuz were to close, oil would jump from like $100 per barrel to like $200 per barrel, like virtually. Because you got to remember,
it already spiked to 120.
But a lot of the price of oil is based on the oil futures, right? So if anything happens with any OPEC nation, oil futures change almost immediately because now the investment is different. Like, for example, in 2020, Russia and Iran had an oil production war with Saudi Arabia. When I saw that happen, you probably remember, oil went negative and gas prices dropped to like the lowest they've been in a very, very long time. So the whole point of keeping oil at $66 a barrel is so that these companies can make profit. Now, when I saw that oil go negative, I put thousands of dollars into it. And I bought that shit when it was like cents, $1.50, $1. I was buying dividend-paying oil stocks and gas stocks. I bought in everything, Sunoco, BP, Exxon, so forth and so on. I made a lot of money in oil stocks. And if you remember, I cashed out some of that money. I bought an electric car. I bought one of those electric Cadillac Lyrics, and that thing was $80,000. But long story short, if the Strait of Hormuz was closed, keep in mind, this fucking guy Trump just took over Venezuela.
We gotta watch our mouth.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, Trump went
They
into
bombed
Venezuela.
a lot of those ships that were planning mines.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem with Venezuela. Venezuela's oil is they call it sour. It's got too much sulfur in it, right? So what they were doing was they were using Venezuelan oil on the market, but they were cutting it with sweeter oil that they get from other countries like Saudi Arabia, Canada, and so forth and so on. Because oil is ultimately oil, but the problem is some oil is not good for your car. Some oil they have to use like when they're making tires and when they're making roads, like the asphalt.
I got you.
So long story short, yes, if they were to close the Strait of Hormuz, which has always been a threat, if they close the Strait of Hormuz, you could see oil prices jump. Oil per barrel could jump to $250, $300. Iran was saying just by shooting at the ships, they could force oil to jump to $200 a barrel, right? So the bottom line is this: oil warfare and tactical nuclear warfare are two totally different things. If Israel were to use a nuclear weapon against Iran, first of all, Russia's basically already at war with us, and Iran is their ally.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that would basically be state suicide for them because the counterattack would kill them. And that's assuming that the prevailing winds don't poison them, because if you look at a map where Iran and Israel are, if they were to use a nuclear weapon, because Israel's not really that big of a state, but if they were to use a weapon over there, the prevailing winds, the outfall, the fallout from the nuclear material, they'd basically be committing suicide right there. They'd absolutely be. And America is trying to frame it as this is not really just about Israel and Iran. This is about China. China is sitting back. They don't have to do a thing. They're just going to let us fight it out and kill ourselves. And they're just sitting right back and they're relaxing. China is doing what Bruce Lee called the art of fighting without fighting. Bruce Lee, you remember the Enter the Dragon? He said this is the art of fighting without fighting. We're going to let your enemy kill themselves. Go ahead. All right, I'll let you talk.
I think that's why America's going for Cuba too, because they're saying they were going to go for Cuba next. And I think they want to go for Cuba to try to create like a wall, maybe against the attack on the East Coast. Then they're going to try to protect the West Coast. I don't know. I think we're going to go for it, man. Like I really think we're going to go for it. I don't think
Cuba.
We're going to go for Cuba, yeah. And I think that because they already said they were. They said Cuba was next.
What do you think about Israel? You think they'll use a tactical weapon?
Yeah, I think that's why we're going for Cuba. It's because we're going to try to. They're going to use it, and then we're going to have to protect ourselves after we give it to them to use. I think we're going to give it to them to use.
They already got it. They don't need it from us.
Well, you can argue that they already got it. They claim they don't, and if they do use it, they're going to claim they got it from us.
Who claim they don't have nuclear weapons?
Israel claim they don't have nuclear weapons.
They don't say they do, but they have them.
Well, they don't say they do or they don't. They kind of say they don't.
They have them, brother.
I believe they do. No, I believe they do.
Of them.
I believe they do, but they say they don't. That's all I'm saying.
If anyone drops a nuke, man, it's gonna cause Armageddon.
It shouldn't. I don't know about that now. I don't want them to use it, but if it happens, man, we have to recover from that. So I hope not.
Recover from what?
There is no recovery from that.
What are you talking about? Recover from what?
With a nuclear weapon in Iran, that shouldn't affect me.
No, that means everyone is firing nukes. If one nuke is fired, everyone is firing nukes.
That's what I kept trying to tell them.
Exactly.
That's
world annihilation.
Destruction. It's called
that didn't happen last time.
Destruction theory.
I mean, that didn't happen last time.
No, it didn't happen last time because the only country that ever used a nuke was America. It didn't happen last time because back then nobody else had nuclear weapons but us.
Exactly.
So now you got Pakistan, India, America, Russia, China, and the majority of their weapons are pointed at us.
At us.
You know, so there's no recovery from that shit.
And even in Hiroshima, there's rumors that that wasn't even a nuke. It was just a series of bombs that they made to look like it was one single explosion. But
I don't
that's
believe
just a rumor.
it at all. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, it
No, the
happened
nuke.
long before me. But all of those Japanese people with the accounts that, oh, I saw a flash and it looked like the sun and then my skin was on fire. I think that pretty much
Yeah, it was a nuke.
tells us, yeah, that was a nuke.
Matter of fact, they went through there and you can see, I don't know what you call it, but they said that instead of people, you could see shadows. That was they said shadows. Yeah.
Yup. You can see shadows of the people.
Just evaporated.
Yeah.
No. They weren't evaporated. You know how a camera takes a photo when they first made cameras? What they had to do is they had to have a really bright flash and they had paper that was photosensitive. So basically what they're saying is the flash from that bomb was so great that it was able to burn images of the people into the goddamn wall.
But then the people were like emotion.
No. If you were standing in front of the flash, the image of you and your shadow would be on that wall, whether you're still here or not. So no. Listen, they can try to come up with those conspiracy theories that it wasn't a nuke. No, listen. The mere fact that you got Japanese people that are still alive to this day saying, yeah, the whole sky was on fire and I was on fire and the water was radioactive, something tells me it was a nuke.
But then they claimed that the area has recuperated and it's a nice area again.
Yeah, it's recuperated, but don't go into any enclosed areas for any period of time without breathing apparatuses. I've been to Japan. You got to understand, over time, you can turn the soil over. That's what they did with Chernobyl. You kill all the animals so that this way they can't spread the radiation. And then what you do is you turn all of the soil over. And over time, those areas have rebuilt themselves. But the problem is, that didn't help them people who got
you can't. The Chernobyl, and there's something I think on YouTube or Twitter. Even now, they were saying that they had somebody had put a tractor. It was like one of those little small earth movers. It wasn't very big. The type you'll see somebody in their backyard, digging a pool out, and they had told them. They said, get away from that. They had told the tourists. They said it was a big sign saying "Do not touch," and it was just sitting off, and it was like people would come down there, and it was a big sign, and it was to show the group of girls, 2 girls. They took pictures, they sat on it, and then like 4 days later, man, they fell out, and they had raging cancer, and they died like within 3. That stuff is that They went in, that radioactivity there is not, even though you got flowers and it looks good, you still can't live there. And that particular tractor, they said they had used it and they discarded it because they can't do anything with it. Once they bought it out of the Chernobyl, whatever the water treatment thing, they set it off to the side. They can't take it home.
Right.
There's nothing they can do with it. So they set it off to the side, put a big sign saying "Do not touch." And they went down there and they saw it and they took pictures by it. And like within a week, they all died. So that radiation is nothing to play with. So you're right. Once you drop that bomb, you can't live in that area. You can't eat. You, like I said, animals, you can't really have them around. None of that. You can't. It will destroy you. You can't have that. That's why you don't want to use that. But
what else do you do though? If they say if you don't have I don't think America has the number to put the boots on the ground.
Not over there.
Not there.
So we don't have the number for that. So what else? So what? We don't got a lot of choices, dog.
First of all, you're missing the bigger picture. It's not about the numbers of how many troops we have. The problem is the political willpower. This is an election year. Trump's about to lose the House and he's about to lose the Senate. The Republicans know it. That's why a lot of them are not seeking re-election. America under MAGA was told that there would be no new wars, and now Trump is putting us into the biggest war that we've seen basically since World War II. So the Republicans are about to lose everything. Trump is going to be a lame duck, and he's going to get impeached a couple of times, probably by the Democrats. They may even try to remove him.
I would rather fight gangs than a country. Like I'd rather fight like the Taliban, ISIS. You know, our fighting gangs is America. We can do that, but when you got to fight a whole country, man, that's like, come on, dog.
Well,
No,
that's 93 million people there. We're not using our forces against 93 million people.
but we're not going against an actual gang or a group either. We go, if anything, we'll be going against that. They keep saying we're going against Iran. Now, other wars, like even Iraq, it was saying like, we're going against ISIS or we're going against the Taliban. It was groups we were going after. But this, it seemed like they're not picking a group. It's like they're going after the whole, going after Iran.
Well, you got to remember, Bush lied. He said we were going after the Taliban and Al Qaeda, and then we went and attacked Iraq. So that was a lie. Because Al Qaeda and the Taliban, that's part of Afghanistan. And we went to Afghanistan, we occupied Afghanistan, but eventually the clock ran out and we had to leave. And as soon as we left, Afghanistan went right back to being Afghanistan. Though you see, the problem with these white Americans is that they don't understand that these people are thousands of years old. These people are on a totally different time scale. Trump's presidency runs out in 3 years. Bush's presidency ran out in 8 years. Obama's presidency ran out in 8 years. These people are thousands of years old. They're not on the same time scale. Afghanistan knew that eventually America's got to leave. And what happened when America left? Some of those people, they tried to hang on to the plane while it's taking off. The people fell off the plane. You remember those? You remember what happened when Biden pulled us out of Afghanistan? It was scheduled to happen, but y'all remember what happened. Them Afghanis are going to be there forever. They're going to keep being just the way they are. They're going to keep their foot on them women's necks. Them women will never turn on them. They will keep having Taliban babies. They'll keep having Al Qaeda babies. They'll keep having Iran babies. They'll keep having Iraq babies. Well, look at America. You can't even get these women to do anything at all. You can't get them to do shit. So basically, these women have literally turned on us.
No,
Islam's keeping their
Truck,
foot on their
Truck.
neck.
Well, that's not good though, Truck.
Well, you're saying it's not good, but that's how you keep a society alive.
No,
and Islam
no,
understands.
I don't want to live. I don't want to live like
You
they
don't
live
have to. You can stay
in
right where you
I don't want
live.
to live like they live in Afghanistan. I don't want to
You can
live
stay right where you
with
live. You
I
don't
don't
have
want to live. I want to sleep on a camel.
That's good. You
I
don't
don't
have
want
to.
to eat.
You don't
I
have
don't want to eat sand.
You don't
I
have
don't
to.
want to. I want to live in a cave.
You don't have to. You
No,
can stay
Truck.
right here.
I'm trying to herd no play. I'm trying to herd some goats. I'm trying to herd some goats, Plant. What's
I don't
up?
want to herd no goats, man.
You don't have to live like them. Nobody's
Them
got to
things
live like
nasty
them.
too, man. Them things nasty.
You do not have to
I
live
don't
like
want to
them.
smell
You can stay right there.
goats and smell no showers, no way to bathe yourself, no warm bed. Just give me the warm bed. Now you talk about the women. You talk about the women. Okay, Truck. We understand your frustration with the dating system. At the dating, no. We understand it. Acknowledge and understood. But Truck, you cannot ignore. There are men out here smashing.
Yeah, but what are you getting out of it? Nothing.
What they want out of it.
What do you want? Nothing.
They want kids. They want trim.
You're not getting kids. They're aborting them. You're not getting them.
Not all of them. They can't do that in America anymore now.
You can't even keep up a successful marriage because all they got to do is take you to court and they taking half your shit.
Well, that's possible for some men, but that's not stopping men from smashing.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Taliban ain't worried about it. The Taliban and the Al Qaeda, they ain't worried about it. They will be here long after America's gone.
Well. That's an interesting concept.
You're a simp, Trump.
I can care less. You
Trump.
call me whatever they want. The simple fact is, I'm right, and there ain't nothing they can do about the fact I'm right.
I don't know, but I do think America is about to do some wild shit, wild stuff with Israel. I think that's why they talking about going for Cuba next. They're talking about Iceland and Greenland, trying to create this whole fortress, right? It's going after all this land so they can just line up all they military equipment and just start doing wild stuff. And I think that it don't even matter if Trump make it. if Trump get impeached, they got other ones lined up ready to go in place. Man, it's like the Terminator, man. This is going to happen, yo.
No, it's
It's
gonna be if Trump was to be removed from office, oh, it'd be a long time. Because see, America, we always try to make sure the opposition, we try to appease them to some degree. It's this country, it's gonna go through a period. I say about 10 years. We're gonna be down for a while.
Once Trump is out of office, everything is going right back to the way it was.
No. If he's removed.
No.
If he's
Whether
voted,
they remove him or not, it doesn't matter.
No.
His presidency ends in 3 years.
I'll tell you this. First of all, if he's removed, it won't be because of the Democrats. I can promise you that.
Listen. He can
No.
It doesn't matter.
If the Senate stays Republican controlled, if they win the House,
and it's not going to happen.
Wait a minute, and public opinion or whatever, public support erodes for Trump. The only way they could get him out of office is if the Republicans co-sign the House, Democrat, Republican, then they can get him out. There's no way one party can say we're gonna get rid of a elected Republican president. They couldn't do it. They couldn't. It would never be accepted. So even if they won the Senate, they would lose America because there's a group of Americans who love Trump. And they're not going to go. They know it's legal. They don't care. They're going to say, no, the Democrats have turned and, we got to defend Trump. So it would have to come from the Republicans too.
Listen, I'm going to say it again. He doesn't have to be removed. He's leaving in less than 3 years from now. Once he's gone, regardless how he goes, everything is going back to the way it was. Because the next president, understand something. They've allowed this Trump racist to get away with whatever he wanted to get away with, and they could care less about anything he's doing, and they're a cult, and they're behind him. But here's the problem, though. His base is non-transferable. That means that J.D. Vance, they will never accept J.D. Vance and his Indian wife or his Indian kids. Have you seen a picture of J.D. Vance? They will never accept him because they're racists. That's number one. There's nobody else who they can put in there who can be Trump. So once he's gone, his people are gone because they're non-transferable. The Democrats are about to, and I'm not a Democrat, I don't like the Democrats, but you have to understand, they're about to take power back from him. And once they take power, one way or another, he's gone in 3 years. That's it. He's gone. And once he's gone, nobody else is going to be able to get away with this shit. That's the reason they're letting him get away with all of this now. So he can go after Venezuela, Iran, Cuba. He can go after all of these neocon wet dreams that they've been having for years. All this voting rights suppression and all this shit. They'll let him do all of that now. But once he's gone, that's it. And then the next president's going to roll back a lot of the stuff that he did. So all I'm saying is, y'all have to think about it on a different time scale. Those Iranians are still going to be Iranians thousands of years from now. What's America going to be? Your birth rates are down, your fertility rates are down, your marriage rates are down. You're not even having enough children to avoid having to let illegal immigrants in the country. So what are you going to do? You tell me.
I get you, Trump. Trump, but I disagree with you. I think the women and the men here are just fine. I think they're just fine. A lot of women are sharing men. You got women. You got one man. He's got 10 women. So I think that.
Nah, we on the decline, Platt. I do think that we're not gonna be fine, but we're gonna be sustainable. But we on the decline.
On the decline.
Yeah, did y'all hear
Like
about
there ain't no way around. There ain't no way around it. I wish we could gain my way out of the decline, but.
Do you remember in the movie Batman, The Dark Knight Rises? You remember when Batman was fighting Bane, and Bane said, "Peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you."
Yep.
That's what America is.
It is with our Ubers and our big airports and our luxury places to hang, in the United private, couches and lounges. while we wait in our first class. You're right. It has defeated us, man. We're not like Iran. Iran, you know, camels and dirt and
hold on, that's not fair. Iran is not camels and dirt. Afghanistan is camels and dirt. Iran is not that.
Iran's pretty nice, yo. They got money.
Iran got one or two hotels, but for the most part, it's camels and dirt.
I thought Iran got money, dog. That's the last I checked, man.
Yeah, the people don't know. They got money. The people ain't got no. Them people out there sleeping outside with their camels, man. Get out of here.
There's people sleeping outside on top of Chevy cars right here in the winter. What are you talking about? Iran is modernized. Afghanistan isn't. It's not the same place. Take a look at some pictures on Google about what Iran looks like. Are you kidding? Iran is modern.
Well, not now. It's all. You're right. Somebody said not. It used to. It's messed up now.
They didn't bomb 100% of Iran. They bombed some parts of it, but they did not bomb 100% of Iran. Okay,
well, they couldn't. Well, no country could do that. But I'm saying they bombed a lot of it, and they bombed the cities. And
they went after those little girls because they couldn't get to their military devices out in the mountains.
No. Supposedly, the little girls in the school got hit because the information that they had about positions of certain assets was wrong. Because as you know, over time, some of the information about where they put certain things, you know, it gets fuzzy.
Changes.
So they just, you know, the little girls' school used to be a missile silo. So, you know, so they said, hey, let's blow up a missile silo. And I'm like, oh, shit, that's a girls' school.
Well, what do you think should happen because of that?
That's crazy.
Well, what should happen is that Trump and Netanyahu should be brought up on charges in The Hague and charged as war criminals. That's what should happen. What will happen is people will just be upset about it, and they'll just wait till November, and they'll take it out on Trump at the voting booth. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, but how much money will they have to pay the families in Iran for those?
Nothing. What are you kidding? Nothing. Do you realize that this country just killed the new Ayatollah? They just killed this guy's entire family.
Hold up, that's a combatant. I'm talking about this girls' schools. That's a mistake.
He's not a combatant. He didn't do anything. We weren't at war with them. You see, there's no formal declaration of war. So if you're attacking these people and you're assassinating leaders and there's no declaration of war, no, you're a war criminal. So when that new Ayatollah, when he gets himself together and then he starts his death to America, you know, that's what's going to happen. They wiped out this guy's family, and this guy basically swore in on his dental records. Yo, man, listen, if I was him, oh shit, I'd be waiting every day and night trying to get back at you. I'd be trying to figure it out.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, man, I think that Israel is and BB's out of there now, which is weird. Why did he leave Israel?
Because he didn't want the Iranian those missiles, those hypersonic missiles coming from Iran to hit his ass. Because he knows Iran. Listen, one thing you got to say about Iran is when they got them hypersonic missiles together and those drones, and they said, you know what? Listen, we don't have the kind of money America's got, and we don't have the kind of sophistication Israel's got. But we can take these cheap drones and we can take these hypersonic missiles. We can shove it right up this bastard's ass.
And do some damage.
Them hypersonic.
When you were watching those videos, remember when you were watching those videos of Iran's counterattack on Israel? Right now, Tel Aviv is in darkness right now. They blew up most of their power plants. That's the reason.
I saw that the hypersonic missile, it doesn't necessarily hit. It gets about 100 feet, and then it just expands. It sends like a wave, and it just it's like like a
cluster bomb.
Yeah.
No. See, you got to understand. The Iranians, they showed off their missiles like at the parades and everything. the hypersonic missiles,
or something like
those
that.
if you look at those videos, back from when Israel and Iran were fighting months ago, right? There was like a couple of videos where you saw Israel get hit by something that looked like a goddamn meteor, and it looked like something out of a sci-fi movie, because you're like, wait a minute, they shot down all those little missiles, but you got this one that just goes wham and just blows you up.
Yeah.
And there's not. See, you gotta have 2 interceptors for every 1 missile.
Yeah.
And eventually you run out of interceptors.
Yeah.
You know,
air defense systems can't track them because they're so fast.
In fact, America's battleships are afraid to be in that Strait of Hormuz because of the hypersonic missiles. Because the problem is you can't track them. By the time you know that they're there, you've been hit. So it's not as simple as they tried to make it out. Because what Iran is doing is they're using a cheap weapon strategy. And like Israel and America, we're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on individual fighters, but Iran is using these cheap drones and just blowing shit up.
20 grand drones versus $1 million of air defense missiles.
And when you really think about it, that's brilliant. If you really think about it, I mean, it's a little bit harder to deal with, but it's cheap. That's guerrilla warfare, basically.
But hopefully they'll run out of that. Hopefully they'll run out of that cheap shit.
What do you mean? Yeah. Hopefully they use all that shit on Israel.
Well, hold up. That's Terminator, right?
Terminator? No, that's not Terminator.
Hold up, that's Terminator. Isn't that the movie, right? Terminator, right?
Terminator? No,
he's out there, and all the machines are looking for him, and he's got a backpack and basic weapons, right? Real basic. Yet these advanced machines, right, that are looking for him, he's defeating them with just basic weapons. And they got all the computers and sound.
That nigga lose eventually.
Yeah.
Well, Iran said that they can withstand, they can do daily attacks for about 10 years plus.
Yep.
Nah, they're gonna lose, dog. They're gonna end up losing, bro. I'm telling you, America.
I'll say this. The one thing that pisses me off about Iran is that they attacked Dubai and that they attacked Qatar. That's the only thing that pisses me off about them. If they hadn't attacked Dubai and Qatar, I'd be like, I'd be sitting in front of I got a 100-inch television and some popcorn, and I'd be sitting right in front of that motherfucker just watching this shit.
We gotta watch our language. Trump.
You see that Dubai's real estate dropped by 20%.
We're doing fine, but it can't be laced with bad words, man.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
We already talking about world violence.
This is a war podcast, so no need to even use profanity.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that when you put the picture up that said tactical nukes and you put Bibi Netanyahu and Trump's face on it,
you can say that though. You can say that.
I'm fairly certain that YouTube noticed.
Well, okay, it's a war stream. What about it?
No, nothing. I'm just like that it's like, okay, they're talking about World War III.
No, but you're lacing it with profanity. That's what I'm talking about.
We're probably already under the radar, but
you're not under no radar. You're on the radar. They're watching the radar.
I mean, that's what I mean. Yeah, we're on the radar. That bomb don't help.
Okay, hold on. It's okay with you then, bro, because they don't have no problem with me. I don't have no problem with them.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the local authorities know.
Hold up, can we not use profanity? That's all I'm saying, man.
Oh, okay.
And I really don't want to say that to you. I just wish you wouldn't do it so I wouldn't have to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, they don't want a podcast like this laced in profanity. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to. Why would you have to use that? We're talking about what BB's doing, what Trump's doing. Will they go to a tactical nuke? What decision they're going to make? What's all the other stuff?
How they get BB brother though? Yo, that is wild.
They killed him.
Yeah, they got his brother. Yeah, I got his brother. They didn't get BB.
And now you know why. Now you know why Yahoo can't be found.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta get up out of here.
He's like, oh, they got my brother Izzy.
Yeah, they got his brother at his house. So that's pretty nasty.
Well,
I'm about doxing somebody.
It's a war.
And how much are you paying for gas? Here's a question: how much are you paying for gas?
$350
For
in
me,
Texas.
For regular
I
or
pay five.
premium?
I pay $5.
I got regular. But see, I got a beater that I put
Yeah,
87
you
in.
do.
Oh, you
You
got
have a
beer.
beater.
Premium
Well,
is
yeah.
like getting
I
close to
haven't
$4.
I haven't been able to use regular gas in what 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Who uses? I'm serious. Who uses? You
I
can't.
put my, you don't
My
drive your
mom,
93.
The
I don't.
car. The car
my
won't
mom,
allow. The car won't allow you to use. It'll say
my
right
mom
there,
used it.
premium only. It'll
My
say
You
mom,
can't use like you let the 93 sit right now though, Plaid. So
my
I'm talking about what
mom
I'm
got.
using right now,
My
87.
mom has a regular V6 engine, and I'll tell you this: while gas prices are going up, I've got an electric Cadillac sitting outside, and I charge that on the side of my house, and it costs me $10 worth of electricity to fill it up.
Unfortunately for me, truck,
Yeah.
I got an electric vehicle, and truck. You know they should have never gave it to me.
Who has an electric vehicle?
So no, I don't have it. It's not mine. I had an electric vehicle. You know they should have never gave it to me. So
Which one did you have?
what is that thing? A Camry? Is it a Camry?
A Camry's not electric.
No,
It's a hybrid. It was a hybrid.
it's a hybrid. Okay, it's
Yeah,
a hybrid something. Anyhow, I go somewhere, so I come out truck. I got my stuff, and I crank it, and everything lights up, and I can move the gears, but I don't hear anything. So I put it back in park, and I cut it off, and I hit the brake, and I cranked it, and I didn't hear anything. So you know what I did, truck? I got out the damn car, I locked the car, and I walked. I was about 3 miles from home. I just walked home. What kind of shit is that, man? There's nothing wrong with the car.
You think that shit was working?
That's how they don't hover like a motor. You don't hear them, right? He's like, all you had to do is put the car in reverse.
It usually
I'm like,
says on the
bullshit.
dash, it'll say
I said,
ready on the
bullshit.
dash.
Yeah, I said, bullshit. He said, yeah, just put it in reverse. I said, no. So I Ubered back, and I cranked it, and I put it in reverse, and it moved. I said, what the hell? I said, yeah. So I said, nobody tells you these electric cars.
And that's a hybrid, yo. Imagine if it was fully electric.
Well, you got to know that you used to hearing the motor. You know what I mean?
Sometimes the hybrids crank up, but like
no, it will go to the gas side, but a lot of times it doesn't. That's all I'm saying. When you crank it, it just comes on.
Yeah.
And it's so you don't hear anything. So you put it in reverse. I mean, it's like the car's not on. So that's what I'm saying. You don't think it's a car. You don't think it's drivable.
I don't know, Truck, the EV dude, yo. He like the EVs, man. I haven't like completely been sold. I'm thinking about the EV, man. I'm thinking about the EV.
Well, while I'm paying $9 to fill up my car, you keep thinking about it.
Yeah, but think about it, man. Because I don't want a Tesla.
I
I'm kind of
totally
thinking about.
understand that.
I'm kind of thinking about Rivian. I want to.
Elon Musk is a
Yo.
racist, so I totally understand you not wanting a Tesla.
Yeah.
Totally
The
Yeah, I
Rivian
don't want the
R2 is about
Tesla.
to drop tomorrow.
I'm kind of thinking about a Rivian. I like the Rivians.
The R2s are dropping tomorrow.
Yeah, Rivian's nice.
They're gonna be like sub like 45K.
Yeah, I might get a Rivian if anything. Because I like that. Yeah, I seen your channel, Truck. I like that Cadillac you pushing. I just don't know if I want to put 80 to 100 grand in a EV right now.
No, I listen. I totally understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
Yo,
But
Rivian's
it's
dropping
nice
the
though.
R.
It's nice. I seen the get up like we were like even in the camera, like it's taking off. But the thing about it is, we got some real nice stuff going on in America, and we can't afford to like let it go because of Iran. So if we got to get rid of them, we still want to drive our cars, live our life. We still want an American life.
There
So
will
if we
be
got
no
to,
war on American soil, bro.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So if that's so, I believe that. So if that's the case, we might have to do something crazy to Iran.
They can take them all out. If it's me, if it's me or them, they can take them all. I like my freedoms. I pay that high gas price. I'm cool with that. My freedom matter. Whatever freedom I actually have. Hey, I gotta say, man, y'all was talking about the school. Listen, man, a few years ago, there was 30,000 little black kids or black girls that went missing in ATL. Ain't nobody did nothing about that. So
How many?
excuse me if I
Hold up.
30,000, bro.
How many?
30,000,
Oh,
bro.
bro, come on. Now you tripping,
Bro, go
bro.
look on the
You
internet. I'm telling
wildin'
you.
out. What on
Bro,
30,000?
it's 30,000 little black
What?
girls that went missing in Atlanta, bro. I'm telling you.
No, bro, not no
Bro, you
30,000.
got a phone in your
30,000.
hand. Go look it up, bro. Your phone in your hand. I'm telling you.
Ain't nobody
It
lost
was
no
all on the
30,000.
news. Bro, it was
30,000 ain't no
bro. 340. Go look it up, man. Your phone in your hand, bro. It's in your hand, bro. It was all on the news. It was on major news, and it was on the internet.
Ain't no 30,000 black
Man, it was
girls
30,000, bro.
missing in Atlanta.
Man,
I
it
thought
was
you were gonna talk about the little black girls that got missing from like the little school out in Africa from the
They
boy
don't
with the
matter to
bikini.
me, fam. I'm in America. I don't care about nobody but home first.
I feel
My
you.
home
America,
first,
America only. Okay,
America
America
second.
only.
This my home, G. I'm telling you, it was like 30,000 girls that went missing. Maybe it was over a certain
Claims
amount of
that
time.
30,000 girls are missing in Atlanta are false and unverified.
Hey,
Likely,
it's still, hey, it was still on the
likely
news, bro.
stemming from misinformation, according to local law enforcement platforms like Indeed. I don't even know what that is. Similar rumors regarding kidnapping versus job listing explicitly denied by authorities. No official reports. There you go, bro. It's a job
Okay,
posting rumor. It's a lie.
oh, and that's fine. Now, even if it ain't 30,000, 1% of that is still 300. There's a
What?
percentage of kids going missing here all day long.
Okay, well, that's a problem, man. What about it? We're talking about the school, the girls' school. That's what we're talking about. The
Yeah,
Tomahawk
yeah, I
was
know. So, I, our girls here ain't being watched over.
okay.
So how can we care so much about them?
Well, we care about both.
Hold on. We have not had. Let's be fair. We have not had 160 girls get hit with a tomahawk in America. To be fair, this
Because
is to be fair.
I
You
mean,
know.
we can try to be fair, but as far as black people goes, there's a lot of like just treacherous things that was done. I'm just saying, I understand the compassion y'all having for them, but it's just like right here on our own land, we don't get no love. So how we showing somebody else more love than what we get here?
Well, hold on. Well, if 167 black girls, if hold on, if I ran, let's say I hit 167 black girls, you think they get away with it in America?
In America,
No. If you
no.
think America can, you think Iran can send a tomahawk hit a little black girl school that was on like an Air Force base, and you think they get away with it?
We going to war.
Exactly. What are you
It's
talking
it's
about, dog?
not it, it's not about the little girls. It's about the fact that you hit us on our land. Let's be real.
But if they didn't care about the fact that they were, I mean, I get it. I see what you're
They're
saying,
using
but
the
you
little
know.
girls as an excuse. They got everybody up in the uproar with your emotions about the little
Well,
girls. Everybody missing everything else Iran
did
been
they
doing.
hold up? Did they do it though? Did they send a
They,
tomahawk to a girls' school?
they could have.
No. Did they?
Did who? In
America.
Iran?
Yeah, Iran, America. Which one of them?
We don't know.
We do know. They
Anybody
just came.
seen footage?
No, they just came. Yep, actually, there is video of it. They just came back and confirmed it was from America.
So there's actual footage of the girls in the school,
No,
and we see the bomb coming down.
Bruh, come on, man.
Bro, I'm being honest, bro. Because people say
Damn.
anything, bro.
You come
Listen,
up here talking about
nah, bro.
30,000
Man,
girls missing, but you
that
do
gotta
not know.
make logical sense, bro. You can dub somebody's voice. You can
right?
you can use AI and make it look like a
Yeah,
real
but
video.
you're not being realistic, brother. War mistakes happen. This was a mistake. Even America admits this was a mistake. Those are non-combatants. You don't target them.
This nigga said AI, man. We can't blame AI for everything. We know what AI. You know what AI probably was guiding those missiles. Okay.
Man, man, y'all can't tell me what I'm saying don't make logical sense,
It
bro.
don't make
People
sense
lie,
because
bro.
you're saying don't care about
I'm
the
not saying.
You
Go
said
ahead.
don't care about the children in Iraq because they don't care about the children in America. I don't get what you're saying because they're still children.
Yeah, kids are
So
kids.
you're trying to
Yeah.
justify
Yeah, kids
So
are kids.
you're trying to justify one or the other.
Yeah, he
How?
is. Yeah,
I'm
he
not
is.
justifying anything. I'm being realistic about how people are.
You
They lie
said
on
30,000 children were missing, dog. You not
that.
being
It was
realistic.
online, bro. It was a
There you
news.
go.
They
So it
put
had
it
to
on
be
the news.
that had to be the truth. You saw it
It's
on
the same
Indeed. Hold up, you
place.
saw it on Indeed. I don't even, what is that? Is that a social media platform?
I didn't see it on Indeed.
You saw that shit on
Indeed.
Reddit.
It didn't randomly. No, it wasn't like that. It didn't. Bro, listen. It popped up on my feed. It was
Is
on
that a social media?
Instagram.
Hold on, let me go see.
He said he saw it on Reddit.
Indeed. Let me see if that is social media. Indeed.
Indeed ain't even a what do you call that, man?
It's a
That's like
job
a
site.
job
Indeed
situation.
is a job board site, dog.
Yeah. I didn't say
Job
where I
board.
seen it at. I'm telling you,
Hold up,
I seen it
hold up. You
online.
read 30,000 girls are missing on Job Corps.
No, that's not what I read. You see how you just read it and said it was debunked or it was false?
Yeah, officially they
when
had
it
to
was
make a statement.
when it was first came out, it didn't come across as false. They pushed it as real news.
That's false.
And it's fine
We
that
live
it's
in
false. So,
America, man. That's ridiculous. Ain't no way that could happen. Nowhere.
hey man, anything can happen.
30,000? No way.
30,000.
Impossible.
City.
Like this bitch, like America's corrupt, but damn, dog. Like we ain't that far gone.
Hey
Nigga,
man,
that's
kids
past
been
Nigga, that's more corrupt than Mexico. That's 30,000. That's more corrupt. Nigga, I don't
look,
know, dog. That's
man,
corrupt.
listen.
Corrupt.
Okay, let's say it's fake. Look what happened with the kids at the border. They was talking 100,000 kids, bro. They was having numbers that big of who they took from their families. 100,000, bro. That's a lot of kids to have in one area.
So a lot
That's
of
a
those
lot of kids,
parents
period.
were fleeing. Those parents were running and abandoning their kids.
It don't matter. That's still 100,000 kids.
All right.
I'm just it's so the numbers. Did they lie about the numbers? We don't know. We didn't when they did like the view of the kids. They didn't show us 100,000 kids. They just told us 100,000 kids at the border, like you said, abandoned.
Well,
But
they know what
nevertheless,
they say 160 little girls got hit in Iran.
68. I'm saying 68.
168,
Yeah,
168.
they said the casualty in Iran from 8 months to 88 years old. So when you say 88, you're talking about the elderly. So do you target a nursing home? Why? They're non-combatants. Do you
it's war,
target
bro.
no, you don't. Why are you saying stuff like this, boy?
Because y'all
Say,
see
boy,
man, listen,
boy, I didn't know you was like this one. We're gonna put you in the Call of
man,
Duty crowd now, because
listen, I'm
you
being
talking like a
realistic.
Call of Duty warrior, brother.
I'm being realistic.
No,
That's
you
all
not.
I'm doing, fam. It's just I am. Man, y'all talking like America is just a stand-up country.
We are
Like we
standing.
don't have
Well, I agree. Well, now you're right. That'll be different. But there's the reason that would be wasted ammo. You don't have to go after these targets because they pose no threat. A girls' school and a nursing home, it's a waste of ammo.
I mean, hey, and black man, back in the day, they didn't have to do black people a certain way, but they did. So I'm trying to have compassion for other people, but it's kind of hard to do when my own people on the land that I live on that I contribute to, they do me wrong too. It
Why
don't
do
matter
somebody
how.
else? Why do somebody else wrong? Okay. Why do somebody
I'm
else
not
wrong?
talking. We talking about America though. If
No,
they
we're
did
talking
it,
about Iran. We're talking about Iran.
but
What have Iran done to you?
nothing.
Okay, well, why would you want something evil to happen to them?
I didn't say none of that. I'm just saying it's war.
The
And
girls'
being
school was
risky,
wrong. The girls' school was wrong, right?
it could be considered wrong. But whoever did it, if it's true, it's a war.
That don't make it okay.
And you're right, but people do things.
And
People
they're
do
held
a lot.
accountable for that too. And they're bought. War is in.
Sometimes,
War is
some,
in.
sometimes they
Accountability
get
is
held
had.
accountable.
They'll get that Pete guy, the Pete Hegseth, he's finished. The minute that missile hit that girl's school was the end of his career. He's finished. Now, Trump gonna do Trump. Trump ain't gonna fire him. But I think the way things are going, I think Trump is gonna throw him out there. It looks like
innocent till proven guilty.
Okay, fine, but he won't. You'll see. He's going to step down.
And even if he stepped down, that's probably gonna be the worst he get. Is a step down.
Well, we'll see, brother. I mean, you keep saying that. We'll have to wait and see on that.
I mean, I don't know the dude, bro. I'm just realistic with what
I don't know him
America
either. I don't know him either.
And I know that even though we think certain things can happen, people lie, people put out false news. It just almost neither here or there. They fighting for something we have no clue of what they're actually fighting for. We have an idea. Because we can only go by what we know, what we see and what we know. And at this point, man, things are being falsified online. We got our own situation involving kids that's not safe in our own schools with teachers I was talking about earlier.
That's ridiculous. Tabor. Let's talk about the war, okay?
The war, bro.
Yeah. What's your opinion? Do you have a thoughts on this war? You want it to end or what?
Man, I just want them to get what they get. I want them to get whatever they're going over there to get, bro. Because the faster they get it, it's the faster it's gonna be over.
You think they should use tactical nukes?
Man, I think they should be guerrilla warfare style.
Take down about 20 city blocks.
You talking about over there?
Yeah, it won't destroy the whole city, but it'll knock down 20 city blocks.
And it'll take forever to rebuild, bro. It's war. There is no rules.
Well, it'll be a minute before you rebuild over there. Yeah, it'll be a minute. They use a tactical nuke. It'll be a minute before you can rebuild.
That's like saying that there's rules in fighting, and that's not true. We not talking about in the ring with boxing. We talking about regular, just say street fighting.
So you're okay. So it's okay for them to use a tactical nuke.
Man, it's war, bro. It's
so
war.
That's a yes.
That's all I'm saying.
So that's a yes.
Yes, use whatever you gotta do. We talking about winning. If it makes the difference between winning and losing, do what you gotta do. Get it over with. We can't stop nothing. We not voting on what they hitting them with. We don't even know what they got over there. We just know they're at war. And as American people, we carrying out our regular days. We got the luxury of being on YouTube instead of in the war. And we just talking about it. It's war, bro. There is no real rules. They got paperwork in place, and some people can go to jail, but they got people that's so gung-ho about this country, man, they will stick their neck on the line, even when it's foolishness. It can be straight bogus, and these boys will be here right on our land as far as patriots go and be crashing out.
Hold up.
And when there's no
fair use, check it out.
No more defense, when the Thads and the Patriots and all systems are down, it is open season, and Iran will have the absolute upper hand in this. And when you consider that, the United States, Israel, won't have any options left. It's like going into a gunfight with not enough ammunition, but your opponent still has bullets. Well, now you got to either retreat and run away, or you got to start throwing grenades. So in this gunfight, Trump ain't going to retreat, so we're going to start throwing grenades. And so the only option we have in that is the tactical nuke. And here's what I'll say. Last week, off the coast of California, the United States fired full capable one of its Minuteman III Doomsday ICBMs, nuclear-equipped intercontinental ballistic missile from California to the Marshall Islands. Fired it, tested it, and made a big deal about it. Simultaneously, this aircraft that you saw that took off recently, that is the 4 Echo Doomsday plane, but what's also another critical component in that aircraft is what really concerns me is the Echo 4 Charlie Night Watch plane. That plane is the command and control component to where if there's nuclear war and if strategic targets are hit, this aircraft through AI with pre-programmed targets can then execute the mission. Call it like a dead switch, but it's in a plane. So we not only have this giant nuclear capable 4 Echo Doomsday plane, we also have the 4 Charlie Night Watch, which is the complementary command and control aircraft with that bomb-loaded aircraft. So that's what's really concerning. We have not just taken the cover off the old car in the garage. We've filled it up with gas. We've started it up to run, and now that's all that's left is to drive away. And I feel that this administration, especially under the influence of Netanyahu, will utilize a tactical nuclear bomb. The days.
You hear that? You hear that truck?
Yeah.
So what do you think they
Yeah.
gonna hit?
No. Hold up, brother. Hold up. You hear that truck?
Yeah.
You're up here. You heard what the man said, right? Now you're gonna sit up there and ignore that?
Yeah, but did you hear what he kept saying? That's a doomsday plane scenario. You're talking about this is a last resort weapon. This is not a weapon.
They don't have any defenses, truck. They're firing missiles. They no longer can stop the missiles. What are they gonna do? Just take fire?
All right, I'm gonna explain it again. If the last resort, because the state is about to fall, the last resort, they're allowed to take the gloves off. But what I will say again is if they use a nuclear weapon without having a nuclear weapon used against them, they are going to be counterattacked. And it won't even matter.
I think they got a legitimate reason, though.
Now, don't you think if they really wanted to, they could have used a tactical nuke all this time? George Bush was talking about it. But they didn't do it. You know why? Because Russia would they would counterattack you.
I disagree. Let me tell you why I disagree. They got the perfect excuse. We lost out. They knocked out all our defenses. They've been raining missiles on us for the past 3 days.
So you destroy the world.
Our back was against the wall. We hit them with a tactical nuke just to keep them off of us, which means they used a nuclear weapon.
Well, I mean, you could believe that, but they ain't gonna do it though.
They ain't gonna get it off. They can fire whatever they want. I'm pretty sure the skies are being watched, every inch of it. All focus is over there right now, including our skies. And then we got everybody from reserves right here on homeland. And they got what even if they send it this way, where would they hit? Like what city you think they taking out first?
Well, they ain't coming over here, brother. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about.
I know.
Well, you know what? If we got
well, hold on. When you say they ain't coming over here, do you understand that China and Russia have nukes pointed at us?
Yeah, I got that, but I'm saying if anything, America needs to watch out for Israel, because if anything, they would be, would be the people. They would be the culprits behind something happening in America, because they don't want us to leave and leave them up there by themselves to handle their problems. So when we know they've done that, there's all types of proof that they, matter of fact, they caught 2 Israelis trying to sabotage something, I think in Kuwait or somewhere. They caught them trying to pretend that it was Iran that was doing it. No, it was them. BB is nuts. He will do it. There you go. You hear that?
Man, we got people over here that's nuts too, man. We talking about everyday people. So if you talking military trained professionals they got some of the best weapons that you can possibly have.
Should they take the nuclear weapons off the table, Tabor?
No. Fire them. Let them go. Let them go, G. That's being realistic, because he just whoever just spoke, he was like they could have been and then fired something. Nobody has to play fair, bro. People break treaties all the time. People disrespect all the time. We got the freedom to disrespect our own president online all day, every day. We can talk about him freely right now. There's places you can't do that. And if you do that, you going to jail. So you can act up if you want to, but if they let something like that go, then it's a straight war. We not playing with nobody. Listen, man, America been, I'm gonna say, somewhat safe. We got more domestic stuff going on than international stuff. There's not enough international people here to do anything before the patriots, the people, would take them out. Because they go protect their homes. We fight for guns. So if they letting something go, bro, they got too many people that's gonna be looking at them, side-eye them like, okay, well, if you did it to them, you'll probably do it to us. We gonna take you out now. Now you dealing with everybody around you, including America. Let it go, bro. It's a war, bro. That's being realistic. It's a war. There is no rules in fighting. That's being realistic. Pull out some brass knuckles and knock them out. We can do that.
I think that we all need to enjoy these moments that we have, because it's very possible we're going to lose that. Iran, be careful, because we know if you win this war, or you're winning, we know that they'll turn around and they'll hit you with a tactical nuke.
Tactical.
They'll hit you with that. And then what are you going to do? Because you got to deal with the fallout. You're over there in that sand and them camels. That's not cool, man.
Man, I know. I was told that in Houston, we got oil out there. We got all the top energy companies in the world. Like Houston is like the energy capital, right? All the companies out there, but that don't mean they got side places in other states that's gonna keep that energy running from somewhere. They gonna keep their money flowing, no matter how bad it get or what they think they can do. Man, America go counter something. Ain't nothing touching this land, fam.
Okay.
They can hit whoever they want to over there, but not America. You ain't gonna get here. It's too far from you.
You're right.
Well, no, but see, the thing about it is America isn't completely safe, because we can have terrorist attacks in our backyard, because there's Muslims here and there's other people who will do terrorism here. That just happened this weekend. So, and you have no idea who will be next. You have no idea, like, because I mean, a terrorist attack now, somebody could just take a truck and they could just run people down. You know,
what happened this weekend?
Yeah, exactly. They planted a bomb. And that was here. They planted it in front of Gracie Mansion. We got a Muslim mayor.
Man, listen, just being realistically, right? Being realistic based on war. If it was to ever really get that bad, bro, they got, excuse my language, white boys that is about to go ham, G.
Yeah, let them go ham. But you got to remember, they're talking a lot about this Nazi nonsense. You got to understand, these are not the old school white kids. First of all, the Nazis lost World War II. Let's just keep that in mind. Number two, these are fat, out of shape morons compared to like World War II. So they can talk all that Nazism and all that stuff. They can talk all that they want, but that most of them, they don't want that kind of smoke. Like, I mean, these are some fat, stupid incels. They're not doing shit. Trust me.
But everybody ain't like that though. They may have a few, but they got people that really invest in this stuff, bro. They ready for a civil war.
Yeah, okay, I am
just
too.
On black versus white.
You think I bought this? You think I bought this Desert Eagle to shoot paper target?
Truck. Come on, man.
What?
Don't worry about
it. Never mind.
I mean, bro, even if it was war here based on the religion, it ain't enough to take out America, bro. They may do some damage.
Yeah, they'll do
collateral damage will happen.
They're not trying to do that. They're not trying to come over here. They'll come over here. It's called terrorists. They just want to inflict fear. They ain't trying to take over America.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Freedom, brother. What's freedom? What's freedom? We just saw the Super Bowl. Big crowd, TV. People did whatever they wanted to do. That's freedom. If you wanted to go, you could go. If you wanted to watch on TV, you could. Eat what you want. It's America. That's what we live in. They want to take that from you. They want to take that from us. Let's go in here and start some attacks, and then all of a sudden, They can't have that. Oh well, we can't have it in a wide open space like that. We fear something bad can happen.
Yeah.
So then it changes our country the way it is. Now I know that's irrelevant, and I agree that's Super Bowl is irrelevant. But I'm saying Uber. Right now, you can do what you want to do. If I want to go get on a plane, I can do what I want. If they want to make it where we can't take no flights, you can't fly tonight.
America?
You got to change this. You got to change that. No, that's what happens if they can get away with stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody really say. And that's not how America is. We know people will say something. We got people all online. Don't come here. Don't, man, even to this day, I'm a truck driver, bro. There's certain places in Georgia, Alabama, West Virginia, and a number of other places, little small towns, bro, I don't sleep in. I
There's
will
some
wake up and
downtown.
drive 100 miles early in the morning from the nearest biggest city. I will not sleep in places, bro. And I'm not a scary cat. I'm just fully aware of how America is. I'm cool with being uncomfortable, but I'm no fool.
What's up with you, Dave?
Hey, Platt, I just want to come
Yeah,
in
go ahead.
and chop it up with you real quick. Just give my 2 cents. So I don't believe that Israel will use the tactical nukes.
Okay.
I believe like the rest of the people on the panel is that if they start to use those again, we're essentially in World War III at that point, and I believe most of the world will turn against Israel, and then probably there might be some nations that declare war on Israel. So I think they're going to reserve that for until it's total collapse. I think they'll just regroup with like a new plan with U.S. about like how to approach this war. But no, like the tactical nukes that comes at the end when it's like, okay, the state is about to collapse.
Yep, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
but
exactly what I said.
so if then it means it's okay for them to use it.
No, it's not. It's not. We're not there yet. It's not. It's not there yet.
You're saying that if they get defeated by Iran, if they don't have the defenses and Iran is showering them with missiles and showering them with missiles and showering them with missiles, you're saying it's okay for them to use a tactical nuke.
At that point, yeah, but again, they'll exhaust all options. They'll probably consult with the U.S. on a coordinated strategy. They're going to exhaust all options.
Or surrender. How about that? They surrender.
I don't see them surrendering. It will be a ceasefire. It will be a stalemate.
You just said it's okay for them to use it. You're saying there's a level where they can use it. And they can go,
well, excuse me, Platt. There's a level they can use it, but at the same time, not look bad in terms of the world standing. Their world standing.
Yeah.
You know, because again, the whole world looks at them like they're a bully right now because they started this war. So here you go. You start a war. Now Iran is kicking your ass, and then now you decide, okay, you're gonna use some nukes. Like, come on.
That's like unplugging the console when you start losing.
Rage quit.
And it's fair. It's fair to do that. I didn't. They said unplugging the console.
well,
I remember them days.
Well, if they're tactical nukes, it's a couple of city blocks. It's not the same.
I mean, the fallout, that got to account for something.
Hey, man, we don't live forever. So what? That's a little nuclear fallout.
See, look, it's a war.
Pollution is out there, man. Pollution happens. So what about it?
Okay.
But it wouldn't be the same as radiation. Pollution ain't radiation. And
what's the difference?
Man, gotta be some difference, man. I mean, it's radiation.
Oh, I do want to say one last thing though, Platt, before I get out of here. I feel like all Americans right now, everybody on this panel, we all need to stock up on food, water, and a certain essentials because, I mean, it's very realistic in the next couple of weeks we could enter World War III. That's a possibility depending on how this war, how this war progresses. So everybody needs to at least, have the essentials at their house, for the just in case.
I have the essentials. I stocked up on bullets.
No, supplies.
Truck is ready.
If you're a survivalist, there's an opportunity for you to get in the bunker. You can do it tonight.
What bunker? What bunker? I live in New York City.
Not you, Truck, but a lot of people have bunkers in their backyard.
A lot of people? How many? 5?
No, a lot of people have bunkers. What are you talking about, Trump?
So you think that people got chemical, biological, and nuclear radiation protected bunkers in their backyard? Really?
Yes.
Really?
A lot of survivalists. A lot of people believe that this is going to happen anyhow.
You know what? I don't know if you ever watched those Dawn of the Dead movies, like with the zombies and everything, where you have somebody hiding out in a bunker. But guess what? People who are trying to survive, they're not zombies. What they're going to do is they're going to smoke you out of your hideout, because what they'll do, think about it. If you're in a bunker, you're trying to breathe air from outside, right?
They would have to know that. No, Trump. You're talking about people who survived and they didn't have a bunker, and they're smart enough to know that you're in a bunker. They're not going to know that, Trump.
Yeah, they're going to know. What do you mean? Your neighbor didn't see you digging a half a mile deep in your backyard last week?
Trump.
Why do you call me Trump?
You have to prepare yourself. So if you didn't prepare yourself, it's your fault. Don't get mad at your neighbor. Trump. Get that little generated. You can get the shortwave and the regular radio where you
excuse me, Platinum. Are you aware that after a nuclear bomb, electric things don't work anymore? You understand that, right?
Up there in Iran, yeah, I agree. It's not going to affect us here.
No. See, this is the problem. You know what? If somebody were to attack us, first of all, let's say there's an attack in Iran. If they go to a nuclear war, somebody's going to attack us with a nuclear weapon, and it'll either be China or Russia, because they're like the only ones who have intercontinental ballistic missiles that can get here. But here's the thing. You don't have to hit us. All you got to do is detonate a nuke in the upper atmosphere. All of our electronics go dead. All of them. Forever. So unless you build new stuff, your stuff is dead.
And America, like 3,000 miles in the end. Ain't no way it's gonna hit one side and everything go away. That's not even possible.
Listen. If first of all, with Russia and China, they don't just fire like one nuke at you. They have what's called multiple entry ICBMs. So they fire one missile that splits into like 8 missiles. And when them shits come down, you can't shoot them all. So what ends up happening
I'm not worried about America, though. I'm just saying.
Do you understand what's a target? New York is a target. Washington.
No, I'm not worried about America. I'm talking about Iran.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
I don't think we would get hit. I think Iran. I want to see how. I think they can explain it. I think in the UN.
Right, by the way, that's a good point. If you use a nuclear weapon on Iran, right, then that means, do you understand? And they understood this with Iraq. You're going to have nothing but Iranian refugees flooding that entire area.
If they live.
No. First of all, a nuclear weapon doesn't kill 100% of the people. It's not going to happen. Especially a tactical nuke. A tactical nuke doesn't have the range to kill everybody. And Iran is mountainous. So that means that if you drop a nuke over there, what's going to happen is you'll kill a lot of people in a small area, let's say 20, 30 miles or something. If it's a tactical nuke, it'll be less than 20 miles, right? But here's the thing. The consequences of using a nuclear weapon is the same thing, electromagnetic pulse. Iran would basically be going into the Stone Age because all their electronics wouldn't work anymore, right? So now you're going to get all of these people who are going to leave.
I think you got to have an ECM pulse. You got to be
on.
No,
not an ECM pulse. No, ECM
electromagnetic countermeasure. EMP, okay.
EMP pulse. But that's
Truck. EMP, it will only affect items that are on.
That's not true.
It's not. If you're not on, you don't have any. It has no effect because you don't attract anything. You have to be hot.
Listen,
your phone's got to be hot. Your TV's got to be hot. There has to be electricity going through it. If it's off,
let me explain.
It will not affect you. A truck.
You probably just looked that up on ChatGPT.
No, I didn't.
Let me help you out.
I can look it up. but no, I haven't looked at EMs.
Listen, when you have an electromagnetic pulse, it excites. I have a physics degree. You got a physics degree? No,
Trump. That means nothing. Trump, and that means nothing. Look, Trump.
Yes, it does.
At the end of the day, a EMP, right, does not affect inactive targets.
That is not true, because the pulse is able to cause electromagnetic fields to be generated even in things that are turned off. So you can excite the electrons in devices that aren't turned on. So that's not true. Listen, I don't know if you're getting it from ChatGPT or if you're using that shit Elon got, Grisk or
Grok.
whatever. Listen, no. That's not true.
Trump. I'm not using anything.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening to you.
What I'm saying is, even
in between your insults, I'm listening to you.
Even if all right, I'm gonna say it just like this.
The point, even
if the devices are off, EMP can still fry them. The only way to protect stuff is to put it in a Faraday cage, and everything is not in a Faraday cage. So anything that's not in a Faraday cage is suspect to getting fried. Fair enough?
There you go.
Fair enough?
The chat said you've been watching The Matrix.
The Matrix? What?
They said you've been watching The Matrix. When Lawrence Fishburne had that EMP.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
he turned the ship off, right. Yeah, well, in reality,
that thing was coming in there to get him with all that, whatever you call those things.
The Sentinels.
Sentinels were coming again, and he hit that pulse. He clicked it.
Wow, bro.
It didn't hurt his ship though.
Funny.
Yeah, because that's called a movie.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yeah. You're right. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt the Nebuchadnezzar, but it did hurt the Sentinels.
Yeah, it fried the Sentinels.
I don't know. We need to look. There needs to be a stop to this before it goes too far. We know Israel is not going to be defeated. They're a nuclear power.
Yes,
no, they're not. They're going to use a tactical nuke. If they get beat too much, they're going to cheat. They're going to use a tactical nuke.
As they should.
Yeah, but if it gets to that point, then that means they lost.
That's reality, though. When you
that's the last straw. That's the absolute last gasp maneuver. So if it gets to that point, then you already lost. Now you're just rage quitting.
Take everybody out you can. That makes sense to me.
What is it about Trump and Bibi that you have learned that they would quit fairly? I've got no impression either one of them would not use a tactical nuke.
Well, understand something. They can't use weapons unless the people who are under them are willing to pull the trigger. So when Trump reads that code, the people who are reading that code, they don't have to comply. They're trained to comply, but they might, like, imagine if Trump says, my presidency's ended. I'm going to blow up the world. And they're like, yeah, okay, here are the codes. The guy who's reading that code, he's going to be like, wait a minute. I'm not following this. And you can have a military coup on your hand. And what's Trump going to do?
But somebody going to hit that button, bro. Somebody going to hit that button, bro.
Keep in mind, it's not one button. It's a bunch of buttons and a chain of command that launch those missiles or that blow up a bomb. One person can't do it alone. And even that's the reason why you have a guy with the football following Trump around. That briefcase requires a second person to do it. So one man can't do that on his own. Understand that. There's a chain of command. And if you break the chain of command at any point, it don't get done. Right? Didn't y'all see Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington? Didn't y'all see Crimson Tide? He said, we can't launch these nukes. We don't know what this means. and he said, "God damn it, give me the key." Y'all saw Crimson Tide, right?
We saw it,
I
bro.
can't remember that movie.
I hope that was Denzel Washington
Yeah,
and Gene Hackman.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then he punched him in the face.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
saw
"Give me
it.
the goddamn missile key."
Yeah, he was nuts.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So
And
imagine Gene Hackman was Trump.
No, power will do that to you. Power can drive you insane.
Yes, it can.
Some people, everybody ain't used to power.
Yeah.
And somebody go hit it though, man. Even though if somebody choose not to do it, somebody go step up and finish it, bro. Somebody go step up. It's too many
Yeah,
of
but
them, bro.
somebody might say, "Wait a minute, this is crazy. I'm not doing this."
And then somebody go step up and be like, "I'll do it."
And
Get
then
out
you
the way.
shoot him, and then he drops to the floor, and everybody else says, "Let's think about this."
Cooler heads prevail.
Go ahead, Guts. You've been up here for a minute. Go ahead, brother. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I've been chiming in here and there.
What do you think, though? You think this thing needs to come to a conclusion, or what?
Yeah, I mean, if we keep fighting and, you know, they keep destroying all these refineries, it's just going to cause more inflation. So everything is going to go up.
Okay, whoa, hold on. Let me just stop you right there. Inflation is caused by expanding the money supply. Inflation does not mean that prices go up. Inflation means that the value of your money went down. No, oil
Okay.
prices do not cause inflation. The Federal Reserve causes inflation by printing more money or by making credit cheaper, which has the same effect as printing money.
Mm-hmm. So what about like the cost? Go ahead, my B.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
So like, but the cost of doing business will go up because, you know,
Well, the cost of everything
transportation.
will go up. The cost of everything will go up.
Yeah, and that's going to be, we're going to be hit with that bill. And they're going to put that onto the consumer.
Well, the question we should all ask ourselves is, how can we make money off of this? To which I will tell you that y'all should be buying oil stock and gas stock.
Or at least trade Forex.
Well, Forex, dividend paying stocks have been making better gains than our Dow has. Because even right now, the Dow's at 47,000, because as soon as Trump opens his mouth, it drops. But what I will say is you can still go into gas and oil dividend payers without having to worry, and you'll get more than you'd get off of Forex.
Well, I mean, that's possible, right? There's a dude on YouTube, right, that they did they have like because I know how to trade, bro. On my what do you call that? In my videos, I had $17 in my Forex account. I turned it to 3,200 in a matter of a couple of days. It's a real video, right? I can tell you it's real, but it's there, right? I know how to go in right now, tonight, and be able to trade on oil tonight.
Oh, yeah. So I traded a company called Venture Global. It's an LNG company. And I got a nice little 2x on my leaps from that this past week when they first announced the Strait of, what do you call it? The Strait being closed. So this shit was spiking.
You know how to read charts, or you just put your money in and let it play out how it played out?
No, man. TA. A lot of TA.
I collect dividends, so I put my money in for the long term.
Which is fine. So there's a dude on YouTube, there's a video. The last time oil had an issue like this, the dude turned 200 into like 200K in like a week.
All right.
That's on Forex. That's not stocks. That's just you reading charts.
Me personally, I don't do options. I prefer to just put money in and just let it keep paying dividends, and then I reinvest the dividends. And then I have AI trading with my Charles Schwab, and I also have AI trading with my Wells Fargo. So I just put money in.
Wells Fargo have AI trading?
Yes, Wells Fargo has AI trading. It's a minimum of $500, and Charles Schwab has it. It's a minimum of $5,000.
I got a Wells Fargo account. I'm going to look that up this weekend. I appreciate it.
Look it up right now. Look it up right now.
I'm driving, so I can't.
Oh,
but I appreciate that game.
Go ahead. Chuck, you're in like capital preservation, so you're not really taking this many risks. I'm assuming, right?
Yes, I'm even in my profile it says I'm very low risk. So my thing is I put my money in real estate, dividend paying stocks. I don't mess with crypto. I'm very low risk.
Is
I
that
don't like risk at all.
Where's crypto? Let me see. Where's crypto today? Let me see.
Crypto's in the shitter.
in the dirt?
Bitcoin right now is under 70,000. It's 69,000. All the rest of them are basically worthless, with the exception of Ethereum. I was trying to tell people for years. I was like, yo, listen, crypto is a get rich quick scheme. They try to convince everybody that you put a couple of $1,000s in it and you're gonna be able to buy Lamborghinis. It don't work that way.
Crypto was
It does, bro.
70,000 when Trump was
Bitcoin.
elected. It ballooned up to 110.
And where is it now?
Now it's at 70 now. So
That's the market.
No,
That
you
shit
lost
360.
If you hopped on crypto since Trump's been elected, you've lost money.
Thank you.
That don't mean you need to get rid of. That don't mean you need to get rid of it. But what I'm
Trump made money. Trump made money off of it.
Trump made money because him and his whole family had coins behind their names.
Yeah,
they should.
They mass extracted all their liquidity. That's why crypto's in the dirt right now.
As they should, though. That's the
there's
market.
a thing called what? It's a hustle called it's a crypto hustle where you do a dip and dash or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
A rug pull.
Rug pull. Yeah, rug pull. Yeah.
It's a what? What you call it?
Rug pull.
Yeah. What is that, Truck?
All right. Well, first of all, a pump and dump is these are classic scams, basically. A pump and dump is any scheme. There's somebody with a lot of wind noise. Who's that?
Don't worry about it. I got it. Go ahead, Buck. Go ahead, Truck. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So a pump and dump scheme is basically when you get a lot of people to purposefully drive up a stock in order to get other people to put their money into a stock. So let's say me and everybody on the manosphere, let's say all of us got together and say, we're going to drive up the price of some penny stock, right? And we're going to spread the word. We're going to get everybody excited about this penny stock. And everybody puts in their money. And then only a few of us at the top know that what we're going to do is we're going to dump our entire shares onto the market, and we're going to walk away with all that money, and we're going to leave all the rest of these people holding the bag. That's basically exactly what happened with the GameStop short squeeze, where you had Roaring Kitty convince all these people with Reddit and the internet and social media to put their money into GameStop and a bunch of these meme stocks, and then the government literally turned on them, paused trading, and a couple of them hit the sell button. They got their money out, and everybody else was stuck. They couldn't even hit the sell button, and they're stuck. So that's one example of a pump and dump or a rug pull. Either one could be a rug pull. A Ponzi scheme, like most of these cryptocurrencies, is when you start a scam that is designed around paying the early investors dividends based on the money that you're going to get in the future from newer people who come into the scheme. So most of these cryptocurrencies are Ponzi schemes, but it also extends. There are companies that are Ponzi schemes because when they started using SPAC investment in order to try to get people to pour millions of dollars into unproven, unprofitable ideas, the people who put their money in first are trying to cash out their money first. So now it requires you to get more and more people to come in order to pay off those people who put their money in first. And after they get their money, they could care less what happens.
Hold on. Did I miss something? No. I heard the pump and dump. Did you go over the rug pull?
Okay. A rug pull is when you get people to invest in something, whatever it is, and then you suddenly remove one of the key assets or something that's necessary to allow this thing to continue to work, and you basically run off with the money. Let me give you a perfect example of a rug pull. YouTube convinced a lot of people to spend a lot of money on equipment, podcasting equipment. They started having shows, this, that, and other. And then all of a sudden, YouTube decided that they were going to shadow ban and ban a lot of the commentary. And what they were going to do is deplatform and demonetize people, right? So they got certain people, I'm not going to name names, they got people to spend a lot of money building up YouTube channels, and then they pull the rug from under them, and all of a sudden their YouTube channels are worthless. They're not getting subscribers, views, And in many cases, they were deplatformed and demonetized.
Yeah.
That's a rug pull.
Oh, nah, fam. You just missed the whole point of liquidity. Liquidity is the actual money that backed up the price.
Well, what I'm saying is you're just taking away something that's necessary. What I'm saying is you're taking away something that's necessary. You're either taking away the assets or you're taking away the vehicles.
Right. In crypto, like what he's mean is like necessary is like usually the people
It's the actual money.
Yeah, it's pretty much the biggest bag. Who has the biggest bag, and once they sell, most of the liquidity is gone. So there's
Fam,
nothing
listen to what I'm telling y'all. The rug pull is when you take the liquidity. So if people put in $500 and that $500 added up to $5 million will push the price up. The person who started it took the liquidity itself. That he didn't sell his coins. He took the liquidity from its wallet. That's a rug pull.
Well,
so
okay.
now your coins are worthless. Even
well, in its most basic form, a rug pull is usually a term and it's a term they usually use for cryptocurrency, where a trader is left hanging on to worthless assets. In its most basic form, what I'm saying is you've allowed people to put a lot of investment into a specific idea or whatever it is, and then you remove what's necessary to allow those assets to be worth something, or you remove the vehicle that allows them to develop profitability. So
liquidity.
Yeah, okay, fine. We can use that word liquidity. I was trying to dumb it down.
That's what it's called.
Listen, I was trying to dumb it down. When you say liquidity, you could just as easily say money.
Yeah, it's money.
That's what I just said.
I use the word asset.
But but it's not the asset, bro. That's not the same.
It can be the asset. Yes, it can be the asset.
Yeah, I got you, man.
I'm speaking in general. I'm not talking about just one. I'm just like I use a totally what you think is unrelated when I talk about YouTube and how they got people to pour money into channels and then all of a sudden they shadow ban the whole goddamn topic. So
no, he said a stream. He said not the stream, the thumbnail, brother. Thumbnail. They're not actually doing that. And on YouTube, you have to put, if you have them doing something that they haven't done, you have to put yes. So what, brother? He said the thumbnail is labeled as altered. Okay, and
I think YouTube asked about video showing people doing or saying things that didn't actually happen. When they talk about altered video, they're not talking about altered.
We're not talking about video. I'm saying altered thumbnail. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube really cares too much about the thumbnails as long as they're within the terms of service.
I got you. Well, so you can look at it. To me, it's no big deal. So what I'm saying is I just go by what they say. I get it. You can get away with stuff. I get it.
Right.
I've seen people get away with everything.
All day.
Yeah, I've seen people get away with everything on YouTube. So now these guys get in the chat. A lot of these guys are trolls. And I block them. They'll say stuff. They just trolling. It don't matter.
Right.
And we are about done here, though. We appreciate you telling us about rug pulls and pumps and dumps. But the conversation was about
the nukes.
Will they use these nukes? And that's just about that. You said they can't. Everybody's come to agreement except Taboo that they cannot do it. I hope they don't. I'm looking around. I hope Trump's slowly trying to get out of this thing. He's been saying ain't nothing to hit. Now Trump came out and told everybody there's nothing to hit. That's somebody that's getting out. That's the guy that's backing out of this. He's slowly backing out. Well, we done blew up everything they got. We don't have nothing else to hit. Isn't that basically saying you're leaving?
Well, like you about to move in.
The problem, here's the thing. See, a lot of people don't understand a lot of the things about nuclear weapons. They just listen to people talk about it on the news, right? When you saw them use the B-2 to strike Iran, one of the things that they never ever said, or that you never probably ever heard, was whether or not there was any residual radiation fallout. If you blow up centrifuges filled with uranium dust is going to escape. Uranium dust is highly toxic, cancerous, et cetera, et cetera. I never, ever once heard them say anything about nuclear fallout, which leads me to believe that they never actually destroyed the uranium or all of those centrifuges. It's very possible that Iran knew that they were planning to do this and that they could do it at any time. So they moved that stuff and it didn't get hit. Because this is not the first time this happened. Israel struck the Osiris reactor in Iraq a long time ago. This was before I was even born. And Israel did that on their own, right? But now that they got America to do its bidding, my thing is, I really don't think those strikes were as effective as they'd have you believe. And that's the reason why we're doing this follow-up invasion, or we're talking about it. The problem that Trump has is that nobody in America wants it, and MAGA's not backing him on that. So that there you are in a nutshell, you know.
They're on the table,
they
though.
don't have to back
They're on the
it.
table. Trump. Nuclear weapons are on the table.
Everything's
Okay?
on the table. That
Yeah, I
doesn't mean
think
you can use them.
yeah, they're always on the table.
Oh, so
For
that's
sure.
okay. You guys are cool with that?
No.
You don't have a choice.
I
You got a
am.
choice.
It's tactics. You know, it's like, hey, you know, you just can't do whatever to us because we have these nukes. So it kind of keeps everybody in check.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you know what? One of the things they don't talk about no more is the neutron bomb. The neutron bomb was designed to give you all of the effects of radiation and heat and blast, but without destroying an entire city, right? And radiation weapons like that were added to a list called enhanced radiological weapons, right? Those are on the table too, but you don't hear anybody talk about them because they know that neutron bombs are a occupation weapon. That's something you use to kill everybody off and then move into their territory while they're all dead or dying, right? Everything's on the table. It's just that if you do any of that, Russia and China got your number.
I'm
Well,
just
we'll
trying
see,
to
man.
eat
I
char-grilled
think
oysters in peace when I get home.
I'm sorry, you said eat oysters?
Yeah, I'm just trying to I just want to eat char-grilled oysters in peace when I get home. So whatever they got to do over there, I'm cool with.
Yeah, but it's going to affect the price of your oysters.
It's all right. I'm from Louisiana. It ain't going to be too effective.
Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, all you can do is just survive. You know, I just hope they cut this out before summer because I'm getting ready to go to Nam.
Did you go to J6 Street when you went to Thailand, Truck?
Did I go to what?
J6 Street when you went to Thailand.
When you say J6 Street.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
yeah.
about. That little strip they got in Thailand. You know what
I
I'm
think
talking
you're talking about Khao San Road.
The one that we see on YouTube with all of the women and stuff. Did you go down there?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
I was walking with a Filipina. I mean, the street itself was nice. Everything's clean. You got all these women looking at you. Here you are, a gigantic black man, and they're making lewd comments.
Why'd you take a Filipino woman with you?
Because I really, first of all, if you go there, it's like you're getting a woman one way or another. It's just that I was there with her, and we were basically on my vacation. And I just think about it like this. I took lunch to a buffet, you know, but at least I didn't have to worry about. Beach, huh? Yeah, exactly. I took sand to the beach. When we were like, I should have. See, you know what? I have a problem when you take women with you. You don't really go out and see.
Why would you take a woman there?
You know, listen, because she wanted to come with me because she wanted to make sure I wasn't getting at any of the time.
No, that don't even make sense, Chuck. Why would nobody would take a woman there? You don't take a woman to a whole house.
Well, yeah, but Thailand isn't. Thailand's not technically a whorehouse, though.
That's what that is. It's a long strip of them.
Oh, and the name of the street is Soy 6. Soy 6.
SOY6.
You know what? And I gotta go down now. Now I've looked at enough of streams. I've done enough streams. I'm going there, Truck. I'm gonna go down. I want to go there for one reason. I'm gonna stay at the Hilton, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna walk up and down. No, I'm gonna walk up and down that strip and have me some fun. I'm gonna have some fun with the women.
Okay, there's plenty of them waiting for you. Just do yourself a favor and wrap it up. Get some shots.
Nah, I don't buy. I don't trick, truck.
No, it doesn't matter if you trick.
Oh,
If you go
hold
there,
up. If I get laid, I want tricking. I promise you. I'm gonna get laid.
but you got to wrap it up, and you
I ain't gotta
got
do none of that, truck. You know why?
Yeah, you
Because
do.
I got game, truck. You know what? That's what I'm saying. I gotta
game
go.
doesn't stop STDs, bro. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody who got game.
It's a couple of them, truck.
Game don't stop no freaking STDs, man.
I'm gonna walk up and down that strip, man. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna post up.
Better
Y'all
be
gonna see
careful.
platinum out there just kicking it. I
Better
bet
be
I
careful.
pull. I bet I pull a couple of them, truck.
You probably shit. I bet you could pull hundreds.
No,
of them.
no. You paying, truck. You paying. I'm not paying nothing.
You're not coming with me.
I don't have to go with you, truck. I'm going with me. You paid when you went, truck. I'm not paying.
You're paying to get there. You're paying to be there. Yes, you are. Just by you being there, you're paying those girls' salary.
Truck. I'm not paying to be with the women. That's the point.
It doesn't matter. If you go there, you're paying.
Truck. You went there. You paid. I'm not. I don't have to pay.
I didn't pay to be with the women. That's why I brought my Filipino with me.
Get out of here. You went there. You paid, man.
I didn't pay to be with a Thai woman. I brought my Filipino with me
Why
for free.
Why would a man take a woman there?
Why? Because she was good company.
Why go there?
Because I just wanted to see Thailand. I wanted to see what Thailand looked like.
Yeah. Look, listen. Give me a chance. I'm going there. I'm gonna show you how a real player do that shit.
Now I'm gonna show you what Vietnam looks like. I got 120 days until I'm in Vietnam, and I'm gonna be in Vietnam for the whole summer, and then it's Cambodia. So I'm gonna be in Vietnam, and I'm gonna be with the Vietnamese women's.
Make some Karuchis, all right?
What the hell is a Karuchi?
That's the woman that's the mixed Vietnamese black that's dating Deion Sanders. Make about 4 Karuchis while you're over there, okay?
Make 4 Karuchis? Yeah,
why not? Why not, man? Well, why not?
You know what I'm doing right now?
The more the merrier. The more the merrier. Give us some more Karuchis, man.
You know what I'm doing right now? I'm growing my afro out. I'm letting my hair just grow, and I'm just shaping it up. And when I go over there, I'm gonna let them Vietnamese. I'm gonna let them work on my hair.
Truck, unless your hair can grow over your face, you're not gonna solve your problems, brother.
My problem is not anything to do with hair or facial features. I don't know what you're talking about.
Letting your hair grow out as an afro, you're still gonna have the same problem.
No, I'm not. I don't know what problem you're talking about.
Truck, women do not find you attractive, brother, and that is your problem.
Women absolutely find me attractive.
Black women don't.
I didn't say black women. I said
I
real
know
women.
you got a problem with black. That's why you've been up here talking down on black women for years. They don't find you attractive. You've been mad at them ever since.
I don't find them any more attractive. They find me. And the bottom line is, y'all are having so many problems with them that at this point, your baby mama, she'll find anybody attractive if they'll pull her out of that shelter.
Right. Out the shizzy.
She's in the rat community. The rat community. I'll take your baby mama on a tizzy tour.
Truck. It matters to you. It matters. No, it matters to you, Truck. Black women don't find you attractive. You've been mad for years over that.
Platt, you act like there's only black women in America. Come on now, like you got to get out of this mindset. Like the only black women are in America. Like there's plenty of black women outside of the country. Like come on now.
Well, how about this one? Some clarity for you, brother. Black American women.
No, thank you.
I mean, it's like you saying, do you throw pearls before
you hear that, Taboo? Hold up, Taboo, you still up here? Let me see, Taboo up here.
No, you know, I don't believe it though.
Hold up, brother, Taboo. You hear this?
What's going on?
You hear this? They don't.
Yeah, I hear you. Thank you, ma'am.
Black American women, they can't get on them. So they talking about going to a foreign land to get at the women over there because they can't get the Black American women.
What are you talking about?
Hold up, brother. What you think about that, Tabor?
It sounds like they're overpaying for the same exact thing, G. I gotta go on the other side of the planet. That's crazy.
No, what I want to
To
do
you.
is I want to
You
come
know?
down there where you are, and I want to go to Louisiana, and I want to get me one of those really bust down white girls from Louisiana who's willing to sleep with black men,
Man,
and they all sound like this because they go down to the Walmart and they hang around the Walmart and they wearing floppies and they want to take you on a tizzy tour. That's what I want to do. I want to come down to Louisiana.
just the way you talking about like at least a little hood white girl. That's the way you talking about. She ain't rocking with you.
I want
I'm
one
just
of them
throwing it
white
out there.
girls. I want one of them white girls with the fat ass and the Daisy Dukes, and she's barely clothed and everything. And we could go to Walmart, and I'll take her on a tizzy tour.
Yeah, you can pay for it.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll
You'll never
take it
get
to
You
them.
can pay for it.
Hold on.
I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it to
That's
Walmart.
what you have to do. You got to pay for it.
You'll
I'm
never
listening to
get
what you
them.
say.
Good luck, though.
What do you mean I'll never get them? I'll take
You'll
her to
never get.
Walmart. I'll
No,
pay for all her meals.
we're in a different world, brother. I'm telling you, you'll never get the big body, fine white girl with the sister shape. They don't grow on trees, and you're not going to get them. They're going to be in demand.
You know what's funny? I've been all over the planet,
bro.
and I have not been to Louisiana.
real
It's
talk.
'cause I don't trust that place. I don't trust that place.
I've been to New Orleans.
New Orleans
I don't have.
New Orleans is nice. You just got to
Yeah,
be careful.
New Orleans, Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I've
Taboo,
been on Bourbon Street.
To be honest with you,
you're from New Orleans?
I've been to Southern.
no, I'm from Homer. Well, Franklin, which is
I've been
like
on campus.
hour
I've been
away
on
from New
campus.
Orleans.
I was passing
be-
through. I drove through Louisiana, and I got to Southern. I drove on the off ramp. I went to that campus. I don't have no reason to be on there. I parked my car. I got on count, walked around there.
Where
To
you
be
from?
perfectly honest,
clean up Katrina.
I've
been outside. I've been out there on Bourbon.
I went to Southern University. I had no reason to be there. Absolutely no reason whatsoever. I parked my car. I got up. I walked on campus, and I was at the bench while I was up there at Southern. I don't know. Yeah, we just different people, man, because the things that you guys like, it's like, well, I do that in New Orleans. That stuff that's on J6, I done that here in America. I've done that there, but I'll go there just out of curiosity. I think I need to do it. I think I need to do it because niggas, they need a refresher course.
No, I want to go to Louisiana for sure, man. They get down.
I want to go to Louisiana and get the most ghetto white girl I could get.
Hit Bourbon, but don't go to Mercy. You get robbed, bro. You talk like you don't belong there. Bro, if you go down there and you hit Bourbon, just don't go doing Mardi Gras. That way you can enjoy everything.
If I come down there,
you can walk in any hood you.
If I were to come down there, where would you suggest I go if I want to get 100% pure white trash? Where would I go?
Shit, you could have stayed in
It
Long
ain't gonna
Island.
matter because you probably ain't gonna. And I'm telling you, it ain't gonna matter because you're not gonna make it home. That's the way you talk, bro.
I agree with you. I agree. Well, if I say I'm from New York,
they're gonna pray
he's
on
gonna
you.
say, "Oh, you city folk. Oh, you city folk."
Oh, they be like, take a look at my shrimp. Want to see my shrimp?
Take you to the hood.
Take a look at my
Well,
shrimp.
here's a question. If I come down there with listen, if I come down there with an old 1990s pickup truck on 39-inch rims, would that help?
Yeah, it could help. It can rob faster.
If I drive a donk,
39-inch rims, they ain't gonna come around too often.
If I drive a donk down there, would that help me get the most ghetto white girl I could
You
possibly
can get
get?
that right there. You probably get a more ghetto white girl in New York.
It's gonna help.
But you know what the problem is? The ghetto white girls up here are either Italian or they're Jewish. And if you get one of them, you got to deal with those horrible accents. I'm talking about if I come down there and I get one of those Southern Belle ghetto white girls.
You would have a better chance, Truck, of getting a ghetto white girl where you're at. With your car, hold up, with your cars and your money. Going to New Orleans, you're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble going to New Orleans. You're not built for New Orleans, Truck.
I agree with you. I don't think I could survive down there. I think the heat would get me.
Flat there, break his pockets, huh?
It'd break my pockets, right?
Put him in the trunk and kidnap him.
I think the heat alone would get me down there.
And what you consider, bro, what you consider a Southern Belle, like a Southern Belle from the South, what you consider a Southern belle, they don't even mess with black people. They don't mess outside their race, dog.
But that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
he talking about
Because
the
they
hoodwinks.
take their bloodline
Yeah,
and they
hold up. He talking about the hoodwinks. The hoodwinks do.
Yes, I want to
The ratchet ones do.
but they wouldn't be Southern belles.
I
They wouldn't
want
be Southern
I
belles.
got you.
I want
Go ahead.
100%
Just a
pure
white girl.
white
Just
trash.
a little
There you
trippy
go.
girl.
Go ahead, resurrect. Go ahead,
Hey,
resurrect.
what's going on? What's going on?
What's
Plat
up?
in the chat.
Tactical
Hey,
nuke. Tactical nuke.
tactical nukes. Hey, the way
Yes.
I'm hearing it, Plat, it's a setup for us to basically lose our presence in the Middle East.
Looks like it. Yeah.
That's the point.
And basically they're saying that it's going to be, Israel taking over,
No, but here's
maybe using those tactical nukes.
I don't know about I don't know about Israel, but certainly America's gonna fall back.
Oh yeah, we got to because we getting it's a two part strategy. We don't have enough weapons to deal with those drones.
Yeah,
they talking about those drones cost like $50,000 a drone, and each one of our air defense missiles cost about $1 million.
Yeah.
So they got tons of them. We're gonna run out for the air defense missiles. It won't be a cost effective thing. And then if they drop troops over there in Iran, there's no way that we're gonna win that.
The goal
and they might just do that. The strategy is to break the United States, from what I hear, to break us financially and to eliminate a lot of people.
No, the goal isn't really to.
You don't need as many people again with the emergence of artificial intelligence and robots.
The goal is
they said they're not going to sustain 9 billion people on Earth. So
the goal
that's what I got to say about that. So the tactical nuke might be in the cards.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. The goal is not only to break them, but it's to isolate.
Damn, I can't even hear. Man.
It's to isolate. It's to isolate.
You there, Platt?
Can you guys hear me? Test it.
Hold up. I can hear him. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh no, I was just you had gotten silent, so I didn't hear you. I had to unplug my phone from my.
Let homie respond.
Somebody else is talking.
The goal is not only to hurt them financially, but it's also.
I'm gonna come back out. I'm gonna come out and go back in.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right, bro.
I'm gonna come back.
Okay. The goal is it's fine. It's fine. The goal is to alienate us from the satellite countries, right? So you have Dubai, you have the Qataris, right? And you have a couple other people. The goal is Kuwait. If you isolate Kuwait, if you isolate them from the Strait of Hormuz, right? So not only the Strait of Hormuz, but first of all, if you isolate those countries, right, whereas they're getting bombed by Iran, then that's going to stop oil production. Since last Tuesday, oil was at like $50. Now it's over close to 100, right? So now you're stopping oil production from those countries. Now, where do those countries provide oil to? I was talking to Taboo about this last time. It's to Europe, right? So then what happens to Europe if Europe can't get that oil from those Middle Eastern countries that are aligned with the U.S.? They're gonna have to go right back to Russia. And remember, they sanctioned Russia, right? So it's like if I told you, if I told Platt I don't mess with Platt, and I go to somewhere else, and then that other person gets cuts off, then I have no other choice but to go to Platt. So it's like he has the upper hand, right? Secondly, Pakistan and India, they had to. The crazy thing is, India had to go to Trump. The Prime Minister Modi, he had to go to Trump and ask permission if he can get oil from Russia, because a lot of these countries that are outside, like the southern Asian countries, they will run out of oil in less than 2 weeks. Right?
Japan is in trouble.
No, Japan is fine. They have up until 3 months. They're the only ones that between Japan and China, because China diversified, they get it from the Saudis, they get it from Iran, and they get it from and they get some of their oil from Russia.
From Russia also, yeah.
Yeah, so they get it from 3 places. A lot of these other places, just their economy only allows them to get it from there. The crazy thing is because they Trump is telling people, he's basically saying don't be a pussy and go through the Strait of Hormuz. But here's the thing. Not only will they get blown up by the Strait of Hormuz because there's people waiting. There's the ships. The Iranian Navy is waiting for them. They have mines
Mines all over that Strait of Hormuz. Yeah.
along the seabed. So if ever there's anybody that's not Russian or Chinese, it will just blow it up. But Trump is like, don't be scared. You can go with it. We'll send you escorts, but people don't want to risk it.
Do you blame them?
No, I don't. But I mean, here's the thing. What I believe that Iran is going to win this war, and I believe they should win this war, and I believe this will
hold up. What about the tactical nukes, though, bro?
Okay. When you mean tactical nukes, you talking about the missiles or nuclear weapons?
I'm talking
weapons.
About tactical nuclear weapons, take out 20 city blocks, to give them the upper hand. If they're up against the wall, they're losing.
See that would be
Israel's losing. Then not a nuclear weapon, but a tactical nuke.
What do you mean not a nuclear weapon? A tactical nuke is a nuclear weapon.
No, it's compact.
Well, they say those tactical nukes are going to be used to try to get into those mountains where those missiles are.
Let me tell you something. The worst thing. This is not. You guys understand? Like if you look on a map right now, if you look at it, it's Israel. Right next to Israel is Lebanon and Jordan, and then right next to Jordan is Iraq, and then it's Iran. Iraq is 4 times bigger than Iran.
No, Iran is bigger than Iraq.
That's what I said. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You had a mistake.
Iraq, 4 times bigger than Iraq.
We're talking about. Hold on.
Iran takes up half of Western Europe. That's the size of Iran.
A tactical nuke. If Israel's up against the wall, they get 2 things. They get some relief from Iran. B, they get Iran to acknowledge that they have these nuclear weapons, and C, they get to tell the world they will not be defeated.
That will be the last resort, and they don't want to do that because I don't believe that the Iranians have nuclear weapons yet. I believe they have enrichment, like uranium.
Iranians don't. They don't.
The Russians, I heard the Russians will come to the defense. The Russians will tell Israel and the U.S. you better not use those, or we go.
Now
that's what I'm hearing.
Russia is giving them intel. There's another thing people don't know. They're trying to bomb them. They're trying to bomb their military equipment. That's what Hegseth said, but they don't realize Iran has underground cities. So they move their equipment like from back and forth. Right?
Oh, they know, bro.
Well, they know. That's why they were going to use those tactical nukes were supposed to be able to penetrate those underground, those deeply embedded military installations. That's why they talking about using those tactical nukes.
That would be a last resort because we all know about what you said, MADS, mutual assured destruction, right?
Right.
That would have to be the last resort, right? I mean, they would rather put down people on the ground than do that because that's not going to be a good look for you. I mean, let alone you already bombed like a whole school of little girls, and to bomb them with nuclear weapons like it's World War II, America and Israel would never recover from this. But here's the thing people don't even know. Israel's so demonic and bloodthirsty that after they're done with Iran, the previous prime minister before Netanyahu was in, he said they want to go after Turkey next. But here's the thing. Turkey is a NATO country. So they're capable of having nuclear weapons as well. Right? And here's the thing. Turkey shares landmass with both Europe and Asia because all of this is part of Asia. This is Western Asia, right? Yeah. So this if they've been, I don't know if you guys heard, they were trying to hire the Kurds, which is like a group of like mercenaries from like Turkey and Iraq and Iran, but half of them don't want to do it, and the others that did, they said allegedly they're getting slaughtered up in the mountains. It's not like Iraq where you can just fight in a desert and it's on a flat surface. You're fighting up in the mountains. These people know it's like that. That's impossible. It's like fighting in the Himalayas. You're not gonna. They know the terrain better than anybody else. This is their country. It's like
Erdogan has always wanted to do something to the Kurds anyway. The Kurds are not liked by anybody.
Right. But for you to hire them, it's going to be that. I'm glad you mentioned that because Erwan, to hire them is for American Israel to hire them is not going to be not a good look towards Turkey, because it's like those are people that are adversaries of the country.
Right.
They're like the rabble rousers. They're like the Houthis for Iraq and them. You know, like they're going to lose this war, and when they do lose this war, what's going to happen is, and Iran has been putting out propaganda to say to the other countries like the Saudi Arabias, the Qatars, the Kuwaits, like, hey, look how America is protecting Israel more than they are you, and they give them money, right?
That's right.
You give America money, Israel takes money from America, and they still protect them better than they protect you. What's gonna happen is you guys understand that all these places have U.S. bases. It's like if I hire one of you guys to protect me, you guys are the mob, and I say, and then come to find out, I get robbed by a group of Bloods and Crips, or one of the gang members, right? One of the gangs, and they burn my business down. What am I paying you for? They're gonna be kicked out of the Middle East. The America's influence after this, they're probably gonna get kicked out of the Middle East because it makes no sense. How are you gonna protect Israel if Israel takes money from you? They don't provide you with money, and yet we provide you with money, but you don't protect us. You protect Israel more than you do us.
Think about it though, bro. This is actually a plan. This is a plan to actually expand the greater Israel.
Yes.
You basically are double crossing the people that you made deals with for the with the oil, you know, because Israel wants to expand into Saudi Arabia
and Sudan. Yeah, a lot of because Sudan is south of Saudi Arabia is east of Israel, and Sudan is south of Israel. So they want to expand that whole area, which is true. You're right. It's crazy, man. I mean, they're not gonna be able to do that because after this is all said and done, people don't know Iran is not the only people that don't like. It's like if me and you had beef, but we're mutual friends with Platt, and so we're gonna let bygones be bygones because we like Platt as a friend, but that don't mean we fuck with each other. That's how the Saudis and the rest of the Middle East view Israel. They only tolerate Israel because America backs them up and because they're allied with Israel. They're allied with America. But if it wasn't for Israel,
I got hot water.
Most of these Middle Eastern countries can't stand Israel.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, look, man, listen. I know this is out of nowhere, but we got to go ahead and shut this down, man. We wanted to talk about tactical nukes. We wanted to get it out here. We did. We appreciate everybody. Resurrect. You were late to the party, but thank you, Azriel. Thank you, Tabor. Thank you. We're going to do a little bit more in our politics, man. Big Truck, thank you. We got to do a little bit more political streams, man, because the people, we as black people, we got all you niggas, Truck, all you niggas talk about is pussy.
Really?
That's all you talk about, Truck.
Weren't you the one who was like 5 minutes ago talking about profanity? Hold on, wait a minute. Weren't you talking about?
You read about the YouTube stream? All you talk about is pussy.
Weren't you talking about profanity-laced?
We need to talk about some politics.
No, you know what we need to talk about? We need to talk about getting at the batch.
That's all you talk about.
Wow.
And we got to stop this.
We got to stop this.
We out here, man. Like, share, support, man.
Appreciate you, Lil.
Like, share, support. Yeah, take care, man. We out of here.
All right. Good night.